down.
Yeah.
So you're not mad that GTA coming out in 2025? I'm livid, but go ahead.
Hell no. I ain't mad about the date. I'd rather have a clean game that is good and they're able to utilize the newest technology and like for example ray tracing and do it to a perfection to where it looks like a piece of art than them push out a game that looks like the last game or push out a game that's full of bugs.
Hmm. Okay.
I think when it comes out, whenever it comes out, it's gonna be full of bugs anyway. I don't think the delaying it has anything to do with creating a polished product. I don't think it's gonna be polished no
I
matter what they
mean,
do.
it,
Every game that's a massive game that comes out recently is near unplayable when it first releases, and this is gonna be no different. It's just
I
gonna be
mean,
pretty.
in this trailer, now when I looked at this trailer, it took me 55 minutes and I broke down every frame.
Mm.
Keep an eye on textures, keep an eye on hair. The hair is like nothing we've ever seen in Grand Theft Auto. And also keep an eye on how the light is reflecting or looks through certain doorways and stuff.
Mm. All right, shit. Let's check out the trailer.
Yeah. Okay.
Lucia, do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess.
Anybody else lose the sound?
Yep. Like right here on that beach. Look how populated that beach is.
That looked. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, and
And the details. You can see a guy with AirPods in.
I wasn't gonna even look at their hair. Like that. That do look good.
The water was actually splashing and stuff in a realistic way too. That's what I was watching.
The water was splashing.
Like as the boat was cutting through it, it was actually forming around the boat and splashing outward.
Right here, look at those sparklers, man.
I'm gonna do it over because I had somebody complain like play the whole video before you talk. So let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see.
Lucia, do you know why you're here? Bad luck, I guess. She tried to make my way. Boy, look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together. Being a team. Trust.
Trust.
Now, if you could go back and have it paused on the two gentlemen towards the beginning who are dabbing it up with the gold chains.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the detail in the grill. Look at the detail in that gold chain. Look at the detail in the tattoo on his left.
Talking about
right
the beginning
arm.
or end?
Right, yeah, go back a little bit. Right there.
Right there, you just passed it.
No, pause.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying though.
Look at that tattoo detail. Look at the chain and the grill tattoo. Like, look at the detail.
You can see the pits in his face.
Right. You can see individual strains on the Cuban. Like, it looks good on the ropes and
yeah. That does look good. But damn, we've been waiting 10 years, man.
Man, and that's why to the chat I said Hey, maybe in 50 years, my grandkids get to see the trailer.
That was
for
hilarious, by the
GTA
way,
7.
when you said that. That was hilarious when you said that.
You know, I guess in my opinion, me being impatient for a game and having them feel obligated to push out a subpar product that doesn't look as good, like at that point, I might just wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same thought process because it's Rockstar, and Rockstar has generally delayed their games like for that very reason to make sure the product is good. So I am a little like I'm not like concerned or mad about it. I was just like, dang, I didn't think it would be 2025 though. I was like, they skipped the whole year, but yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, they never gave a for sure date to begin with.
Yeah, the date doesn't really bother me. There's things that bother me, but it's not the date.
And it's not even a date, it's just 2025, right?
Yeah.
And then
So
like keep in mind that could get
December.
pushed back. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
it
gonna
could
say
be December.
it could get pushed back to 2026 too. The first date they release is nowadays rarely the actual release date.
I guess to say, if the game looks anything close to how this trailer looks, because I know trailers sometimes can lie to the publics, I'm in for it. I am the PC.
All right, let's watch the streamer's reaction.
Oh my What?
I don't even know what he's looking at.
He's looking at the trailer. You see that it's coming
I
out.
can't see it. Oh, just it coming out is what he's excited about.
No, bro.
Yes.
No, bro.
And it's
On
coming
God, I
out.
thought it was gonna be September 2024, bro. On God, bro.
Oh,
No, 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 no. No. I gotta go through another birthday?
No, no,
What?
no, no, no.
2025? You know, Nuketown 2025 was
The
What?
fuck with his lip?
what?
perfect.
Yep.
Bro, I'm gonna keep it a stack, chat. I'm gonna keep it a stack, bro. 2025? I'm gonna be in my crib the whole time. Hey, look, 2025. I'll be in my crib the whole time. I don't want to die. No, 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 no. No, we are staying in the crib the whole time, bro. I gotta make it to GTA 6, and I'm being dead ass. Word to everything I love. I gotta make it to GTA 6. Word to everything I love, nigga. I got to, bro. I'm not trying to die, bro. Real shit, bro. Real shit. God, please protect me to this year, bro. $2025. Are you serious, bro? I'm gonna be like 50 years old. I might not even be alive. Oh my God, why are they making us wait so long? Oh shit! Oh my God! 2025!
He gonna be 50.
2025, chat! 2025! Are you serious? We gonna be old! $2025! I might have a son by then! 2025! Oh, hell no! Depression. Bro, what do you mean 2025? What do you mean? What do you mean 2025? It's 2023, bruh. That's 2 more years.
I'm telling you, shit.
What do you mean 2025, man? Come on, bruh. Just drop it next year. Yo, we gotta wait a whole... That's fine. I'm telling you right now, that shit not dropping in January 2025, dumbass. And they dropping that bitch in November or some shit. It's gonna be like the end of the year. You
For
think
sure,
they're dropping it
November.
on January 1st?
What you say, Curtis?
I said for sure November. That's when all the AAA titles come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit.
Man, I feel like a lot of these dudes are just reacting this way to get fucking views.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
so-
it's getting a little
Screaming like a
so
fucking
over the top.
5-year-old. Yeah.
Like
And
that
that-
first dude was throwing an actual temper tantrum.
Man, I had to take my headset off for a minute because that dude was screaming in my ear. I wanted to sock him right in his fucking jaw.
Yeah. I felt like they called each other and was like, let's all react. I'm hoping that we see a general reaction. A genuine, I'm sorry, reaction. Yeah. But
So to settle it,
probably not gonna see one. Let's see. Even the news reacting to this shit.
Out on the long-awaited installment in the Grand Theft Auto video game series.
They played this on the
Rockstar
news?
Games just released a trailer of Grand
That's
Theft Auto
hilarious.
6.
And they're not the only
Miami
ones.
is
There's a
setting
lot of
for what
news
they call
outlets
Vice
did.
City in the game. The trailer has got all kinds of scenes that we have seen play out right here in South Florida, including an alligator being fished out of a swimming pool. Miamians have been busy spotting the different locals and comparing them to the real thing. Several people have noted that I-95 is now shown as I-97. Many also were amazed to see that SunPass is shown on the traffic signs. The trailer has already racked up about 80 million views. GTA6 comes out in 2025.
Man, even on
80
that building,
million views?
even on that building, the damn neon on the skyscraper.
Yeah.
Beautiful. We didn't see that shit in GTA 5.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you that. It is beautiful. Like the game looks good.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
The hell?
That's Ruby Rose.
She's getting $90 million for that piece of used up snatch? Come on now.
90,000. Yeah, that's her.
Damn, I'd rather play Seaman than fucking give her money.
You see him, Ruby, why aren't you answering me? I have invested so much money into our relationship. I am in love with you. Why won't you love me?
That's some scary shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's very scary. You see, look at the name. Look what she got him saved as. And she's not responding to the messages.
Well, the thing is, that's stalker shit what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He's created an entire relationship that doesn't exist. That's terrifying. Like, you might want to get a gun. Like, you might get kidnapped leaving your house from somebody like that.
Look at that long message. He talking about giving her 4 Bitcoin too now.
God, 4 Bitcoin.
Because he running.
That Royal? What the hell?
Shit.
You see all of that?
All I can see is that looks like my boy Royal.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, when he said that, I was rolling a little bit. I was like, it does look
Yeah.
like Roy been keeping a secret. You said he was been busy lately, so I
Uh-huh.
guess
That's what
we
he's been
found
busy
out
doing.
what he's been doing.
This man will
90,000.
lose his life at the hands of Ruby Rose if we don't put a stop to this. This is the most serious topic I've ever broached on this channel. This entire situation dates back to July of 2020 when Ruby Rose was starting OF.
Recently, Ruby added her name to the growing list of people who are using OnlyFans to make a little side money. Just days after launching her page, she revealed that she had already banked over $22,000. Calm 22K on my first day of OnlyFans, she wrote on Instagram. If you can be sexy and want to start making money, text for my referral link to get started. Hit me on OF for a promo. Ladies, let's get this bag.
Ruby Rose made $22,000 her first day, but by the following day, after posting how much she made her first day, Ruby Rose will have a pending balance of over $100,000, meaning she made over $80,000 her second day on OF. It's been 3 years since Ruby Rose started an OnlyFans account, and she still makes over $300,000 a year, mainly due to guys like Brandon. Not even guys like him, literally due to Brandon. You see, Brandon would meet Ruby Rose in Miami, and he would introduce himself as her highest paying OnlyFans subscriber. Now, Brandon would prove that he wasn't capping or lying because he would show Ruby Rose receipts. This dude has only been subscribed to Ruby Rose for 1 month, and he already gave her $62,000
Look at that. $62,321.70
Crypto whale looking for a queen.
$1,000 in tips. This is nasty work. This is super, super nasty work. I don't care. It wouldn't make a difference if Ruby Rose was opening up and showing her Libya and receiving unholy backshots on OnlyFans. It wouldn't matter, right? 60,000 in a month is still outrageous, but it's even more outrageous that she's only showing pictures that she would post on Instagram. She's not even uncovering herself. But we wouldn't understand how truly of a nasty work this was until people started to discover exactly who Brandon is. And that led us to a MTV True Life episode.
It's one of my favorite things to do is smoke cigars while I watch porno. Makes keep it luxurious.
At the age of 26 years old, Brandon would appear on an MTV True Life episode for having a corn addiction that was absolutely destroying his life. He was
You guys notice he said a corn addiction? Okay.
26 years old with no real friends at the time, and he didn't have a job because he couldn't keep a job schedule due to his obsession with staying home and watching corn and beating you know what. He was still living at home with his mama because he couldn't afford to move out. His life was crashing down due to his corn addiction. But somehow, some way, a couple years later, Brandon was able to make a lot of money in crypto, but his sickness was still there. And we found out how truly sick Brandon was when no other than Ruby Rose exposed some text conversations between the two. She saved his name as Brandon Weird OF Fan. Listen, if I gave a girl $60,000, man, and she saved my name in her phone as Weird OF Fan, that's an issue, right? Now, he sent her a few messages like, "What you doing tonight?" No reply. "Why aren't you answering me? I thought we had a genuine connection." "Ruby, why aren't you answering me? I have invested so much money into our relationship. I am in love with you. Why won't you love me? I will do anything for you. I will fly anywhere to be with you. All that I can ever think of is you. There is not a single other person in the world as perfect as you are. You could be my queen and I'd be your king. I would give you anything you could ever wish for. We can even have a one-sided open-end relationship where you can do whatever you want as long as I know that at the end of the day you come home to me and are only with me. I promise I will treat you better than anyone, Ruby. I love you with all my heart. I have never felt this way about anyone. I want to marry you. I want to have a family with you. I want to only be with you. I would quit everything and give up everything just for you. I would do anything for you to love me. I will give you everything I have just for the chance that you never leave me. I want you to be with me forever. In my eyes, I've never seen.
Mr. Fife and Curtis response, my God. Y'all are listen, if I was in court and they was reading that shit out loud, if those were my words, I'd be like, it's gonna be because of them two, I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
You and Mr. Fife, y'all are wearing it. Like y'all are, it's all over y'all face. Pause. It's like
I don't want you to go to jail, nigga. Like,
it's like I'm like, I do not have two of the jurors. See if we can get them off the
get them off the panel.
Karen is looking like he don't want to be here. You looking like I can't wait to say something to this dumb shit. That shit crazy, man. But all right, hold on.
Or known something that I am so sure will be perfect. I can imagine waking up every day and looking over at you asleep on the bed, looking perfect while you sleep, and I run my hands through your hair, or me getting you the largest diamond ring that I can find so that it is one on the hand of a true queen. I will buy you whatever car, boat, or jet you want. I would never love someone as much as I love you, Ruby. I love you more than Bitcoin. I love you. I will give up everything to have you to only be mine. Please don't ignore me, Ruby. I am sending you more money right now. You are making me cry right now by not answering me. I am bawling at the thought, thinking that you won't be with me forever and that you don't love me anymore. I don't know if there is a point anymore to anything. All I can ever think of or dream of is you. You are on my mind all day, every day, thinking of how you smelled in the hotel lobby when I first saw you, thinking of your perfect voice, thinking of your perfect smile when you first laughed awkwardly as I told you that I was your #1 fan. Everything about you makes me get butterflies in my stomach. Please tell me you are just very busy and not seeing my text right now,
Hold it right
princess.
quick.
Please.
Oh my God, go ahead.
So he introduced himself, and she freaked out, terrified, and he was like, I'll remember. That's some scary shit.
That's
That's
terrifying.
some scary shit, man. I'm sorry. You can say it.
I would not want a woman that much into me, but all right.
I couldn't even
every
imagine
second I was with
wanting
you.
somebody
I
that much.
adore you. You are the reason I wake up every morning. I have no purpose without you. You are my rock. Ruby, stop ignoring me. Why are you ignoring me after all of the money that I have given you to show you that I am only loyal to you? Yeah, this is sickening, bro. And how much I love and appreciate and adore you. How dare you not answer me? I see you actively posting on your Instagram story, and you have not.
Flacco's gonna say whatever the fuck I was trying to say earlier. I forget what this called. Like it's got a name like love bombing, romance bombing, or some shit. But yeah, you'll see. This is fucking hilarious.
Answer me once. You are making me very mad. I have treated you like a princess, and you won't even take the time to respond to me. I will not tolerate this. I am sorry for getting.
Oh, he's gonna throw a pillowcase over her fucking head.
That's what I'm saying. What he's saying right now, that's scary shit. And I saw it coming. I'm like, this dude is not in a normal frame of mind. And now he's actually making threats. Like, respond to me or bad things happen. Like, that's not okay.
Right. Yeah.
Mad at you. I did not mean to. I shouldn't have, but the love I have for you causes me to get very emotional. He even showed receipts that he spent $30,000 more on Ruby since they met 2 days ago. This is sickening. And the messages go on and on and on and on. He even promised to give her 10 Bitcoin for a total of $40,000 if she would respond back. Poor guy. There's a couple of things he says in that long paragraph that we will address very shortly. But it gets worse. The messages weren't as bad as was to.
You're sitting here judging, reviewing this content, and your dumbass can't even read money. All right? 40,000. That's 400,000. You fucking jabroni.
Hey, Flacco, my guy, man, get up off it. Hey, Flacco from No Jumping, man. I fuck with Flacco. That's crazy though. $400,000 for somebody who don't even like you.
He said he would give her $400,000 if she replied with one word, and
Don't
she
get
was
me
like,
wrong.
"Nah." I don't blame her. I would get a restraining order from that, like instantly. Restraining order.
I ain't hating on homie because I would be messing up on shit too if I'm reviewing this, having to review what he's reviewing.
Yeah.
This is some crazy shit. Like I didn't want to say it, but you said it out loud. I was like, because I thought it was gonna be dramatic, but I was actually feeling like, man, I'm getting sick even listening to this shit. And then it just went from sickness to hilarious. I can't stop laughing.
Cobra, I'll give you $10,000 if you just reply with one emoji.
one winky face.
Hey, here we are working our ass off, and all she got to do is respond to a fucking message, man. We in the wrong field, goddammit.
I'm starting an OnlyFans.
I was about to say, I think I'm gonna start an OnlyFans.
I'd start OnlyFans, man.
And you know who my first video for content will be? In P. Diddy's jerk off chair.
Oh my God. Take that.
Come. You see, Brandon would then go out and get a permanent tattoo of Ruby Rose on his leg. Now, he would send this to her as if this was a trophy, as if this is something he's doing to show his dedication and love to their relationship, as he will call it, even though he only met her once in person. It's pretty evident at this point Brandon is sick, he's mentally ill, he has a corn addiction, and he's on the path of self-destruction. And Ruby Rose is going to take him on that path to self-destruction. Brandon is a victim to OF and Ruby Rose's romance scam. And here's what I mean. Ruby Rose is a high-earning OF creator who is signed to an OF agency, and one of the perks of an OF agency is fan interactions. The OF agency will take over the OF creators' DMs, and their job will be building connections with fans, and they will handle DM to foster engagement and maximize tips and increase the average payment per fan through Flirt Flow. In the case of Ruby Rose, it was the OF agency who was DMing Brandon and weaseling $60,000 to $90,000 out of Brandon. And here's how they did it. You see, they have a sophisticated AI bot called Flirt Flow. Now, the AI bot doesn't just send messages, according to them, no. It creates an authentic connection, meaning the bot is programmed to have an expertise in relationship building. So the bot pretty much have the psychology or the knowledge of like a 35-year-old psychology doctorate. And this bot is able to evoke emotion out of these vulnerable men. The bot is able to convince these men that you care about them. It's convinced these men that they're in a relationship with you. It convinced these men that y'all are working towards something much greater than just the OnlyFans DMs. The bot is essentially a bot that's programmed to manipulate vulnerable men out of their money through a romance scam because these men think they're in a full-blown relationship with.
What the fuck, man?
That is not a romance scam. I call bullshit.
That's not a scam.
The same way that I have a problem with women not taking accountability for their bullshit, I have a problem with men not taking accountability for their bullshit too. You get on OnlyFans, you go to a strip club, you fall in love with somebody because they're talking nice and you're hearing what you want to hear. That's on you. And if you have a mental illness and you don't have anybody in your life taking care of you, that's sad. But it's not the person who has the business set up. It's not their fault.
Right.
That you like if you fell in love with a stripper at a strip club because you had the same issue that Brandon had, like instead of porn, you're addicted to strippers. And you go to a strip club and you really fall in love with a stripper because they talk nice to you. They're like, oh yeah, they do the same, literally the same thing. They build fake relationships so you keep coming back. I know somebody who went into it, and it's like, that's not the stripper's fault. That's not the strip club's fault. That's not the strip industry's fault. It's your fault because you never set yourself up right where you can recognize that that as soon as you leave, she's doing the same thing with somebody else.
Right.
Like that's on
the
you.
fucking snowflake.
Right. That's on you. That's not on the industry. So trying to make it seem like Brandon's the victim of the evil OnlyFans industry. You went to OnlyFans, nigga. What did you expect to find there?
Right.
Like accountability. It goes both ways.
Man, I got a guy I know that was the same way with a girl from Hooters.
Same thing. If they want to smash, I mean, it's all good, but don't go there expecting to fall in love with a chick that shows her ass and tits to literally everybody.
Now, the only thing that saved him was that Hooters and the place I'm at shut down. But
what you think about this, Savings?
I mean, y'all haven't really said nothing that I disagree with. I mean, dude, that's his fault. That's his problem. It's not really her fault. She's just making money off of it. Dude, it's not the only thing I have is same thing with everybody else. It's like, hey, if the woman, that's the way she make the money, if y'all got a problem with it, then don't send money. That's all it is.
She is fine though.
poor guy. Not even poor guy.
I can't even imagine.
Poor guy because he has some kind of mental disorder that makes him think this way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I just need to know how he make all that money off crypto so I can.
Because God look at the babies and fucking fools. That's why. Like...
It looked like he fell ass backwards in the Bitcoin because he said he would give her 10 Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin wasn't super expensive, I'm assuming he just bought a bunch. Like somebody probably mentioned it and he bought some because he had a couple $100, and then it skyrocketed.
Yeah.
That and the first issue I see with this man is the crypto whale looking for a queen. Why would you put that in your OF bio? That looks like something you'd put in like a fucking Tinder bio or something.
And then he called himself a whale. I guess crypto ain't been doing good, but he called himself a whale. But he's from what I'm understanding, he's doing kind of bad.
Well, when he
No,
was 26. Oh, go ahead, Fagan.
No, the crypto whale, that means he has a lot of money. That's what they call the whales in crypto.
No, I know, but he gave her 90,000, and I heard somewhere else that he's supposed to be suffering from it or something.
Oh, I don't know if he's suffering from something.
That's not whale, but
Fuck's the fuck.
It's a good ass tattoo he got though. I mean, it's kind of
that was a
creepy,
good
but
tattoo.
it's a good tattoo.
Shit,
fuck that.
she act like
Sorry.
she. Yeah,
I'll be completely honest. Like, I would not, and I hope this isn't the case, but I would not be surprised if she ended up harmed in some way in the near future. Because what the stuff he was saying was scary stuff.
As a man, I would be scared of a woman talking like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch sound like, if a woman sound like that, I feel like she would shoot you in a crowd of people. You know what I mean?
Not only that, like, if you look into like any like stalker profiles, this is classic stalker shit. Like, that's normal people don't talk like that to people they met once.
And he's having a one-sided conversation. Anytime you find yourself talking to somebody and then getting upset and then having to apologize about getting upset without them responding, you're losing your fucking mind. You know what I mean?
I've done that.
We all have.
Yeah, I've done that one. I'm gonna be honest.
And you're losing your mind if you're doing it.
I'm like, wait, let's not go crazy here.
Texting yourself or just saying
no,
it?
talking to a girl that I was really into and like saying something like, well, fuck you then anyway. Look, I'm sorry. I probably should have said
That's a man
that type of thing. Like, I've done that, right? Let's be real. Like,
but think about how you felt as you were doing it.
I was not in the right mind.
You see what I'm saying?
Right. But it was somebody I was actually involved with. It wasn't like I met you once and gave you all of the money like an insane person. Like, he's scary levels of, like, everything about this whole situation is scary. Like, if I was her, I would probably hire a bodyguard with the amount of money she's
she
making.
should get a restraining order.
And I would get that's what I was gonna say. And I would get a restraining order.
But if she does that, that can affect OnlyFans. And that may be a precedent to start going to court. Like, how are you going to take my money, then get a restraining order against me? I understand it's his own fault, but legally they may open up that company OnlyFans to some kind of, you know what I'm saying, responsibility.
I could see what you're saying, but it would be the same thing if they had met organically. Like, if they met organically on the street and they had, like, say they had a relationship and then she distanced herself and then he started sending messages like that, she could still get a restraining order. Like, this dude's lost his fucking mind. Like, this is scary shit.
Kind of scary, bro.
Right. Like, something's wrong with this guy. Like,
$10 for 31 days.
He could have. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that.
The crazy thing is, like, she's not even showing anything explicit.
Yeah, she's doing shit like this.
All that money was just pictures that she could have put on Instagram or Facebook or anywhere else. That is insane.
It's a lot of celebrity women and Instagram models he could have fucked for cheaper than that.
Hell yeah.
You know, and she ain't the only one that's done that. Like, was it the Dr. Phil bitch? Is it Bad Bait, the Haby Baby?
Crushing it. She crushing it on OnlyFans.
Only like her first day, she made like a mil.
Yeah, she crushing it.
Pull her up.
They catch me. They catch me outside, girl.
Oh yeah, I heard about her. Yeah.
Until that, catch me outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny. She said, catch me outside, and then somebody called her outside. That's what I remember about her. Oh, what to pay. A company like Amazon, how much more profit do you think they would make? And would it offset the amount of money they would have to pay to make the employees care enough, to work hard enough, to make a difference in their business model?
I think that for me, and I'm just saying this, I don't own a company worth 151 billion. I feel like I would want less and push out quality. These people are dropping. Do you hear what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be consistent. I'm taking at least 4 to 5 packages to some. I'm delivering packages at this point. And I don't work for Amazon because they don't give a fuck where they drop the packages off. That tells me that the pay is shitty. That tells me that the job is shitty. You don't give a fuck. It's like, I don't care. Like, I'm not turning back around and get the package. They're not paying me enough for that. And that's more accidents. What if I was an asshole? What if I kept all those packages? You know who's gonna have to pay it back? Why not get ahead of that and just pay a decent wage, make it a job that people are happy about having, instead of running it like a fucking sweatshop.
I hear what you're saying, and ideally that would be the world we live in. But in the society we currently live in, where it is okay for the CEO to siphon as much money out of the company as possible. So the more money the company makes, the more money that the heads and the higher ups, the more money they get. Why would they care? If people are buying the product anyway, people are using the services anyway, the employees are signing up and working for you anyway, knowing you have a sweatshop.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you pay more when you don't have to?
No. You asked why should they care, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you why you should care. What company is Amazon extinguishing at this point? You don't
All
know.
local businesses.
Like Walmart.
And they didn't care. You got a fucking picture of what it looked like when no one gives a shit. Walmart didn't give a shit. Now you absorbing them. And now you're leaving room. You're another asshole who don't fucking care. And all it's gonna take is somebody who cares. What you got to say?
By the time that happens, they're gonna be mega millionaires, if not billionaires.
That's how me and you think. These people don't like to look. You think the Waltons are looking at Amazon crushing them slowly? They close the stores. You think they saying, well, we did make billions. No, they don't want to fucking lose, and they don't want to be crushed.
Well, they're not being crushed because they're being crushed because of the advancement of technology, not because they have shitty products.
Walmart got the same service as Amazon. You get shit delivered to your house. They're being crushed because they don't give a fuck. The employees don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. They got shady practices.
I think Walmart's getting crushed because they don't have the infrastructure or the the network to do what Amazon does. Amazon can get products and services from literally the cheapest source anywhere and send it everywhere. Walmart can't do that. Walmart is just selling Walmart products to people who want Walmart products. So Amazon is always going to win over Walmart. I mean, Amazon
products. Walmart sell other people's products. I know a person who got to deal with them. They sell.
Walmart's do sell other.
They sell their hair grease, and they give you a very small fraction. I can give you a great example of how they do their shit.
The overall idea that I'm trying to present is that Amazon does business in a very different way than Walmart does it, and that's the reason Walmart can't compete. It's not because Walmart has shitty practice. That's like saying when Walmart first showed up in the neighborhood, they killed all the local businesses. And the reason they killed the local businesses is because the local businesses were shit. No, Walmart killed the local businesses because Walmart offered more than the local businesses
and I was waiting on
for a cheaper price.
Amazon waiting on you to stop talking to tell you. I was about to use that as an example. The local business where Mr. Fife at are not fucking closed. And I was about to say they support good business. If you're doing good business, especially in a small town, you're gonna stay open. They don't get that.
Maybe I'm wrong. It's just not the way that I see it.
Am I lying to Mr. Fife? Is it not small business in that town that's been open longer than me and you've been?
The way that I see it and the way that it seems to me from the way that America works, the average person or the populace as a whole doesn't give a shit about how they're treated. they care about price more than anything, and they care about convenience more than anything. And that's why a corporation that is willing to give you something cheaper and easier is going to win out. It doesn't matter how good the customer service is. If you charge more or it's less convenient, you're screwed. And that's why the big companies treat people the way they do, because they can.
They remember this conversation. If Amazon keep it up, somebody's gonna stomp on their fucking neck like they do in Walmart. All they got to do is have a better business plan.
I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying that's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't think if Amazon lost profits to their shareholders and took that money and distributed it out amongst the workers, that would make them last any longer in the long run.
You know, one thing I'm getting from this conversation is I don't want to work at Google. Because anywhere where I'm getting paid to take a nap, they had a guy work out of his truck at Google. Did you guys ever seen that? I don't feel like pulling it up. I want to get into this.
Well, I know there's places overseas where like productivity skyrockets.
This YSL debacle. That fucking, this shit is a real shit show.
RICO case started more than 6 months ago. It is the longest jury selection process in Georgia history. The judge has been reviewing hardship over 2,000 jurors. What the hell? 2,000 jurors. It's going to be a long trial. But guess what it's not going to be? It's not going to be a trial with 28 defendants like it started out. They're down to about 8 people. And what does that mean? That means people have taken a deal. That means that there's probably a lot more snitches. But before we get to the meat of what we're going to talk about, this is brought to you by eSign.com. eSign.com, very effective way to remotely do business. Let's say your grandma's in your basement, right? And she's actually part of the YSL crew, but she's so well known, she can't go out a long time. The investigation has been going on for a long, long time. And the last thing the judge needs before a trial is what? Surprises. Last minute surprises, last minute witnesses, unfair opportunity to investigate something from the defense perspective is something that the judge is not going to tolerate. Let's see what the judge had to say.
Really, I am really annoyed about this, Ms. Hilton. I just am.
I'm really annoyed. When the judge says he's really annoyed, you don't want to be on the receiving end of that. Believe me, I've been on the receiving end of that before.
This is ridiculous. Your witness list has grown by 2/3 since then. And I don't know why. You better have a dang good explanation on the 16th, because if you don't, I'm going to exclude it.
I think what the judge is saying, you better not be hiding the ball anymore, because if you don't have a good reason for this these late disclosures, whatever's late, I'm not going to allow it. And that's the remedy for it, right? So if you can't have that evidence in court, guess what? Whatever theory you were trying to prove through that witness is now gone.
But right now, I'm telling you, without anything further, it's gone.
This dude is pissed.
Yeah.
You know what? That reminds me of Attack on Titan episode where what's his name? Jaeger took away all the memories and then he brought all the memories.
Yeah, that lady using that bleach.
Yeah, he's screwed.
Cringy as fuck.
Yeah.
In the middle of trial, when you have to explain to a group of people something to get to the end of your joke or your punchline, you're talking way too long.
Well, we
Can you imagine your life being on the line and somebody starts talking about Attack on Titan? I'd be so fucking mad. What?
I mean, know your audience though. Like, nobody know what you're talking about.
You just sound like a crazy.
Fire.
It'd be like me being in a group of a white middle class people and be like, when King Von went to O Block for the first time,
ain't nobody give a fuck.
And then I have to say, if you don't know who King Von is, once upon a time in Chicago,
right?
Like that's just too much, bro. Like
maybe he's pushing for a mistrial.
I don't know. I feel like this judge, I
That's
like how
cap.
stern he is, but I feel like he's giving that prosecutor a little bit too much carte blanche because there's been so much bullshit going on. Like, when are you gonna call a mistrial? It's almost like watching, he's the referee in a cage match and the guy's knocked out and you just watch another guy steady elbow him in the head and you looking at him like, when are you gonna call this? Like, this is bullshit.
That judge is tripping. That's all cap. Just on cap.
This is about as rough as watching the Johnny Depp court case.
Man, listen, Young Thug lawyer is going full cap. He's like, his name Thug stands for together, heaven, us, hugs. Like, I'm like, you never go full cap, bro. He's talking about pushing P means pushing P.
Positivity, yeah. Pushing positivity.
I'm like, this nigga going full cap. Like, bro, you are insulting the juror's intelligence at this point.
It's not even veiled. It's direct.
It's very direct.
You directly insulted the jurors. That's like, you passed the test from training day. like, you just gonna call me stupid to my face?
To my face, bro. Like, he going full.
Proof through that witness is now gone.
But right now, I'm telling you, without anything further, it's gone.
Well, we would like
to include a lot more on that date because this is ridiculous. There is no plausible explanation I've gotten and that would suffice that we just kind of keep, you keep dripping and driving out evidence.
What's frustrating that from a defense perspective is you're going down a path. You've investigated this case. You're putting your heart and soul into every little thing. All of a sudden, they come in last minute with something, and you get a report that's like 6 months old or 8 months old. It's like, wait the fuck minute. You were supposed to give this to me a long time ago. Judge isn't going to have it.
Well, we'll be asked to be heard on the 16th, Your Honor, and we'll have all the explanations for the court.
I'm telling you, it better be a good explanation, and if it's not, I'm going to exclude it. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
And that's the remedy. The remedy is that you can't have it. So we'll see what happens on the 16th with that. But here's another issue. So the judge has also just ruled that they can use the lyrics of his songs in the trial. This has been a huge controversial issue over the country in a lot of different cases. And I had that issue in one of my cases last year, and I kept it out. Let's see what the judge has to say about it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side.
Let me go ahead and like I said, when we recessed last night, courts had an opportunity to ponder the issues that were presented yesterday in terms of the admission of lyrics or the exclusion thereof. So
let's just talk about that just generally for a second. Why would lyrics of a song be admitted into evidence? If it's off, well, first of all, it's a statement of a party opponent, so it's not hearsay, but it has to be relevant to something that's in the trial, material to a fact that's in the trial, and it can't be more prejudicial than probative. So those are your kind of guideposts.
To that extent, the court has considered the state's motion limiting that.
This the one with the fucking judge. I want to hear the one where the lawyer going full cap.
Man, I was actually interested in that.
Sorry about that, but that's
what a dick.
Well, what do you guys think about using lyrics against a rapper? Like, do you guys think that's acceptable or not acceptable?
I think it's on a case by case basis because they were trying to make it like, I know a lot of people, a lot of our people are saying like, well, that's like using Arnold Schwarzenegger movies against him, saying that he's violent. But here's the thing, though. Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't potentially actually kill somebody when he made the Terminator. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are rapping about shit that actually happened. Like Young Thug said in one line, I shot at his mommy and now he don't talk about me in his lyric. Well, his enemy, YFN Lucci mother, actually got shot. So at that point, it's evidence. It's not artwork. When you're actually rapping about something that potentially actually happened.
Isn't it also possible that he heard that his mother got shot at and then made the song after that?
That's true, but isn't it true that that's stupid? No.
Well, I'm just saying, just because, like, if somebody, I don't see how art can be used as a justification for anything happening. The same way you could say, like, the example you gave was a good one. You could say, well, in this lyric, you said you shot at, you made it seem like you shot at his mother. And then if I say, well, I heard that she got shot at and I just wrote the lyric, like, how do you prove that I actually shot at her mother just because I said that in a rap? There's no actual proof there.
Right. But the thing is, and that's true, but he's making it more real than not when you rent a van in your name and let your alleged gang members do a drive-by and actually murder somebody in that van. And then you send a message and say, hey man, I told y'all to bring the van back tomorrow and blah, 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 blah. And then he sent another message like, y'all niggas going soft. This dude here's supposed to been dead and shit.
Right, then those messages, the rental for the van, all of that shit should be admissible in court.
Right.
But the song should not, because that's just art.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's what they're arguing. Because if you use those lyrics, I mean, that's the whole point of the I guess that case. It's just using
right.
the
I'm saying the lyrics shouldn't be involved because the reason I'll just explain why I have a problem with the lyrics being involved. The reason I have a problem with the lyrics being involved is because in this case, it may be an open and shut case that he did do this and he rapped about it.
Oh, I see where you're going.
But the problem is, tomorrow, it might just be some guy who rapped about something that happened that sounds sort of kind of like something that really happened in real life.
No,
and now you're putting him in jail because you made it legal for you to use lyrics against people.
It's a lot of that going on. It's a lot. So what you're saying, it's a lot of that going on, and especially in drill rap, and it's actually has the effect of making people who actually did the crime come out like, you lying motherfucker. I shot that motherfucker.
It's like the erosion of our freedoms and stuff that we've just allowed.
Yeah.
It seems good when everything lines up and it makes perfect sense. It seems like a good idea to allow it. But once you allow it, there's no closing that door.
It doesn't stop.
So every rapper now who's ever rapped about any murder or rapped about doing drugs, like, who's to say they don't go pick up Snoop now? Lyrics are admissible now. When weed was illegal, you said you smoked weed. Therefore, with no proof, no evidence that you were doing it at that time, I can now arrest you for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's scary shit. It's a slippery slope. And I don't rap, obviously. But I'm just saying that's a scary door to open.
Yeah. That's true. All right. So wait a minute. Hold that thought. Never go full cap.
What was the point? Okay.
Humble under God. That's what thug means.
Look at Bruce Rivers looked at the fucking camera when he said that. That was funny as hell.
Offenses: homicide, bodily injury, like assaults, arson, burglary, forgery, theft, robbery, prostitution, and pandering. I don't know about pandering, but distributing obscene materials, bribery, witness tampering, perjury, evidence tampering, commercial gambling, distilling liquors and alcoholic beverages. Obviously, that was like during prohibition. Firearm violations, securities violations, credit card.
He's reading what a RICO is.
Fraud, computer crimes, kidnapping, carjacking, and making terroristic threats. So these are the kinds of, and that's not an exhaustive list. There's other things too that could be used. But it is insufficient, though, if you just show 2 isolated incidents. That won't be enough to show a pattern. Acts that were not in furtherance of a scheme should not be considered as predicate acts. I have one of these right now in Minnesota, but it's a federal case, and federal is different. In the Georgia statute, they don't have to prove the existence of an organization. They just have to show a pattern of conduct, and these people are basically working together. Let's just kind of recap where we're at. About a year ago, they started jury selection. I just can't believe that this has taken a year long, a whole flipping year. That just goes to show you how publicized and notorious this case is. But this case has not been without its controversies, especially in the last 4 days. So we're going to get to that. But first, let's just kind of listen to a little bit of the opening statements from the parties. Here's the defense, starting with their opening. And before we get to this, the opening statement is not a time to argue your case. You can't argue in your opening. But what it is, it's the evidence will show. It's the opportunity for either party to present what they believe that the evidence will show, kind of a roadmap, what you're going to see in the case.
Jeffrey Williams was born into an environment, a community, a society that was filled with depression, despair, hopelessness, and helplessness.
Okay, so basically he opens with, "You should feel really sorry for Jeffrey Williams." Now,
by the way, guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Bruce Rivers, who's talking, is a criminal lawyer. Yeah, he's a criminal lawyer in Minnesota. He's badass.
Things that the jurors are going to think. If I'm the other side, you point out how many people have grown up in poverty, have grown up in depression, have grown up in adverse circumstances, and haven't engaged in this kind of conduct.
He was born and raised in the Jonesboro South housing projects. That's here in southeast Atlanta. It's a very small 3-bedroom apartment. He lived with his 4 brothers in one of the small bedrooms. His 6 sisters lived in the other small bedroom, and his mother lived in her small bedroom.
10 kids in 2 bedrooms and a mom.
In the wintertime.
What you say?
That's a lot.
Yeah. And this fucking guy, this lawyer talking is fucking boring and is long and drawn out. And all I'm thinking, I don't know if you guys know this, but they're in Atlanta. This guy's like the top rock star lawyer in Atlanta.
Fired. I immediately fired him. Can I get me?
Yeah, he lays it on way too thick.
It was freezing. In the summertime, it was scorching. Because there was not that much money to go around to pay for utilities. The refrigerator and the cabinets hardly ever had any healthy food. And sometimes no food at all.
Mind you, 3 people are
Who gives a fuck?
I was about to say, mind you, 3 people are fucking murdered, and Lil Wayne tour bus got shot up, and this is what he's opening up with. Like,
it's like your guy said, like, this is supposed to be an opening statement. You're supposed to be laying out like the summary of why this guy's innocent, not a pity sorry party. Yeah.
I guess from my mindset, like, and I'm a little biased because in my head I'm already like, who the fuck cares? We all know he fucking did it.
Right.
I think maybe that's a strategy. Maybe he like, if I appeal to the jurors' hearts and their emotions, I don't know. It just seems absurd to me, but I'm thinking maybe that's the strategy.
He got one hope for this case. That's it. And that's a fucking mistrial because the prosecutor's fucking up. Other than that, his ass is grass. Okay? They got so much shit. It's ridiculous. I'm just being realistic. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like he better hope they keep pulling that bleach bullshit and the prosecutor, you know, surprising them with fucking evidence, which we're about to see.
So he's framing up how you should view Mr. Williams. And
Mr. Williams is Young Thug. Jeffrey Williams is his name.
Problem with that is that being poor does not give you an excuse to commit crimes.
In order to have the appearance.
Of course, you're going to agree with him, Mr. Fife. He's Italian.
Being able to wear different clothing.
I'm poor.
Right.
I'm poor. Does that mean I get to get away with crimes?
Not just one, multiple.
That's right.
You just don't understand though. He's poor. He grew up in that society.
I'm
and
sorry.
all
He's
he
poor,
had,
black, and lived in a small apartment.
poor black. He lived in a poor small apartment where all he could do was watch Bleach episodes and relive.
No, if I was him not being dramatic, I would have been you'd have saw my reaction at court where I'd have been like this, like
I'd have been like, oh my God, I'm going to jail.
Your Honor. Bonkai.
Bonkai.
They finally showed the Bonkai. Like,
oh my God.
What are we talking about?
This I'm gonna tell you something. The reason why we watching this, and the reason why I even care a little bit, is because never in history, and I think that's why everybody's covering this case, have you ever seen it be a shit show from both sides? It's horrible. The prosecutor's fucking up. The lawyer's fucking up. The judge is fucking furious. Like, it is a lot of emotion going on in this courtroom.
The only thing they haven't done yet is bring up a mega pint of wine.
Yeah, and then everybody need it because you see how pissed off the judge. They are like, it's going to be a point. I think it's in here where the judge like, you guys don't listen. He's talking to both parties. He's like, you guys just don't listen to anything I'm saying. Like, he's getting pissed.
Jeffrey would share clothing
I don't want to get into
with his brothers.
Man, I want Curtis to be my lawyer.
Then he's from a prepared speech.
And
so the main
yeah, you'd be better off than this motherfucker. I honestly, and I'm being serious, I could have did a better job than what he's doing. He's going full fucking cap. He's saying that Young Thug is an angel. That's what he's saying.
I'm standing on my ground. Savius, Curtis is my defense team. You got the angel and the devil right here. One's gonna, be loudly talking, and that's Savius, and then you got Curtis in the corner going, "Bonkai."
This dude is a horrible lawyer.
In an open statement, two things. One, you want to give the jury a foreshadowing of what they're going to see, but you also want to try to humanize and argue. You do kind of want to argue your case a little bit without arguing your case, but you want to humanize your client and give them a reason to look for an acquittal. And that's what he's doing here, pretty effectively.
Pretty shitty job of it.
And they would have reduced charges, reduced prison sentences.
What's he talking about there? He's talking about cooperation. Because that's how this whole case is going to be built against Williams and his co-defendants, through snitch testimony. And he's trying to tell you right now, he's grown up with these snitches all along. You can't trust a snitch. That's what he's talking about right here.
Reduced probationary sentences, no charges at all, on their oath that they come in the courtroom to tell the God's honest truth.
Your Honor.
And we object because we like snitches.
It's like Bleach.
I have an objection.
What's your basis?
Your Honor, I'd rather approach and not speak it out loud in front of the jury. It will take 1 second.
All right.
Thank you.
That's really common, not necessarily during an opening. I almost never object to an opponent's opening statement. But if you have an argument that you don't want the jury to hear because it's too prejudicial, then you go up to the bench. The prosecution just objected to his opening statement. And I think she did it because she felt like he was arguing his case and basically saying you're going to have witnesses that are going to come up here and you shouldn't believe them.
Let's get to the good part.
It means any circumstance you're in.
Their song are coming in, and they don't say in their lyrics, I'm humble under God as I wear my Yves Saint Laurent. They're not saying that shit. They say some pretty fucking gangster shit.
It's January 16, 2022, and Jeffrey releases this. It's on Jeffrey's Instagram account, and the prosecution is targeting, that's Jeffrey taking a selfie in the mirror, and he has his hand up, and the indictment that the prosecution had the grand jury return says he's holding up a blood sign, and that furthers this conspiracy. There's nothing wrong with holding up a blood sign, but...
So there's nothing wrong with holding up a fucking blood sign when you're in a gang case? You fucking high? What would be...
He said, you fucking high? look at him doing the blood sign.
It's truly humble under God, man. Truly humble.
His lawyer said all they do is fucking do shit for the neighborhood and wear girl pants or some stupid shit like that. Like, I was like, what?
Blood sign.
Like,
I mean, is that a beat? I mean,
a bleach song. That's a bleach
and
symbol.
that's what I'm saying. You got to sound a little bit like you're talking.
That is a P. Jeffrey's fingers are down. And what you'll learn is that Jeffrey just released with Sergio Kitchens, performer known as Gunna, a song that is wildly popular. It's around the globe. It's called Pushing P. And it's positivity. It means any circumstance you're in, if you think positively about something, you can make it through.
Suck my motherfucking dick.
Pushing P, pushing positivity. These are choir boys. They're truly humble under God. Yves Saint Laurent, and now we're pushing positivity. Oh, well, what the heck are we even doing here? But I got something for you here. You see, he just mentioned Gunna.
It's about what's T. Now, what's P? All right.
That's Gunna. He about to explain what P mean.
I took out a PPP loan for this. Okay.
He took a PPP loan for this. Oh, PPP, pushing P, pushing PPP.
Pushing PPP.
Hey, 1 second. In the first bars of Pushing P's lyrics,
it's pushing positivity.
It says, pointers in the paytech and my piece, I'm pushing P. Cops new hammers for my P. We don't want no peace. We got a spot across the spot. Drop the dot and now we plotting. What the fuck are you talking about positivity? Get the fuck out of here.
The crazy thing is, like, why would you publicly say something that is so easily refuted? Like, the thug thing is incredibly stupid, and the pushing positivity is so stupid. Like, you never say something that can be proven that easily.
Especially
what kind of Care Bear ass shit is that?
Especially Mr. Fife just read the line and it says, we're not looking for peace. In the first line.
Well,
he's like, I'm positive we're not looking for peace.
Technically, peace doesn't mean positivity. So they could be right in saying they're not looking for peace. They're not looking for peace.
Portuguese on their knees mopping down a P.
They're only looking for positivity.
I'll read the chorus. What do you say? Pussy pink something. Oh my God. Pussy pink purple drink. I'm pushing P.
We're pushing watch is pink and I don't pop pink.
He don't wear pink.
We bought her a P, not a pill. This is dumb. Why? Davius, you're now the lawyer. You're my lawyer. You're hired, brother.
Yeah.
Father Stavius.
I'm like Cobra. I think they just try to shoot for a mistrial. Like we can just make this so outlandish
And
that
it's a
the
group
judge,
effort.
yeah, the judge is like, I can't deal with
Bro,
this shit.
did you see the last witness? Did you see the police witness that went up last week?
Nah, I didn't see it.
They said the police witness that went up last week said Young Thug threw up a gang sign. They said, what gang, literally like this. They said, what gang sign did he throw up? He was like, I don't know. They like, what you mean you don't know? He's like, I can't recognize gang signs. I was like, what? This is a witness for the prosecution. They are fucking this case up. I honestly never seen nothing like this before.
So, Sabius, what are the chances you think this will hit mistrial?
I think if they continue doing this bullshit, it is just increasing the chance of a mistrial. Like if it stops like right now, then I would say, maybe the judge should be like, no, we gonna wrap this shit up right now and finish this case. But the longer they prolong it, the more outlandish shit comes out. This is just increasing the chance. So if next week some more weird random shit come out like this, I'm like, yeah, it's probably at like 70% going for mistrial. It's gonna be up to 80, 90%.
With that last witness, which is a police officer for the prosecution, with him saying last week that he's seen Young Thug and them throwing up gang signs, and then when they asked what gang signs, he said he don't know because he don't know gang signs. With bullshit like that going on, if it's not a mistrial, because this is how I'd be thinking if I was in his situation. Worst case scenario, if he gets found guilty, he's gonna get a retrial because there was so many fucking red flags for a mistrial.
Yeah.
Like that police officer was a big part of the case. And that's like me saying, I'm here because I can identify characters. And then they say, well, which one is characters? And I said, I don't fucking know. I'll be looking at niggas like that. Like, you'll be like, well, what the fuck are you even doing here then? Like,
sorry, I have to go push some pee.
Ain't that right, Berto?
Yeah.
So, you gotta push P. So this is pushing P like when your backyard and in the inside and outside. That's P. You know what I'm saying? You push a P. When you go to rent,
and P means player. He just saying this some player shit.
These things, you kicking P. When you go to owning and cashing out and spending your hard earns, you pushing P. Like you pushing it like P just don't
Positivity.
mean like P almost mean P paper too. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be pushing this P with paper.
Doesn't sound like he's saying it's pushing positivity. Not only is gonna, closely associated with Young Thug, but he's also closely associated with that song. So if anybody knows what Pushing P is,
he's not just closely associated, it's his fucking song.
And I don't think I hear him say positivity. All right, what else?
Hold on.
So we're sort of doing this a little bit in reverse. When you have opening statements, the prosecution goes first. We did the defense first because it just seemed a little more interesting. Now we're going to pull a little bit of the prosecution's opening so we can see what they have to say.
Hold on, pause
This is the law of the jungle.
What makes that even worse is, had the lawyer said Pushing P meant player shit, that would have been fine. Because that doesn't mean that you're a gangster, thug, or a killer.
Right.
That just means you're living your life to the best. And he could have even used that last clip as proof of him not being like a violent person. He's just trying to portray a guy who's smooth. So all of the positivity was just stupid.
His lawyer has decided to go full cap. And I skipped over it, but Bruce Rivers said, like, you lose your credibility with the jury when you do that. Like, they don't trust anything you're saying because you're pissing on their head and telling them that it's raining. And that's fucked up. But I can't believe that he said the lawyer was more interesting. This motherfucker she's just fucking this case all the way up. Just watch.
Man, already in this song, I found so many red flags.
Hold on.
The sky. And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper. But the wolf
He's starting off
that
with the
shall
Bible.
break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
Can you pause
Like
it for a
he was mouthing
second?
it.
Can you pause it for 1 second? I'm
Well,
sorry.
She like
I,
dudes from Don't Be a Menace.
I was just thinking, I was like, she should have just went, you know, I think it was Game of Thrones when they was like, yeah, when the wolf pack is separated, the wolf dies. But the wolf pack survives.
You know what I heard when she was talking? One fish, blue fish, three fish,
Red.
four fish, knick-knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone. Like,
3, 4, 5, 7, 9. Oops, out of time. My bacon.
oops, out of
Smell it
time. My
fine.
bacon smelling fine. Like, this shit is
man.
cringy. This was her. Oh, that's how she started off. Like,
Oh man.
So you just immediately alienate everybody who isn't a Christian.
Okay,
Very
as you can see,
smart.
her theme is it all for one and one for all. In other words, this is a gang, this is an organization, this is everybody working together.
Thank you so much for being honest during this very lengthy process.
The selection of this jury, I've never seen anything like it. How the hell this took a year is beyond me. In federal court, this would have taken less than a week.
Preceded this point here today during the voir dire process. I appreciate you all being here,
give me a shout out.
exercising your civic duty, and honoring your obligation to pay close attention to what's going on in this courtroom for the next several, however many weeks. Some people like to say that opening statements are a roadmap to what the trial will show. Instead, I'm going to give you an overview, a bird's eye view, because you're going to be sitting here with evidence for the next several weeks at least. And you will be able to see what that evidence is. Nothing that I say to you during this part of the trial, and nothing any other attorney says to you during this part of the trial is evidence.
I hear that all the time when, they say, nothing I say is evidence. So don't listen to a fucking thing I say. I don't like that. It's like, why would you you're kind of almost minimizing what you're saying. So, remember I told you that they had a pretrial hearing where the lyrics are coming into evidence.
Jeffrey Williams' words that he promotes through songs with beats behind them, they aren't random. He tells you, as the evidence will show, take this shit to motherfucking trial.
Take this shit to motherfucking trial. First of all, I was in a trial school, and this woman, she's a chief public defender in Spokane, Washington. She's walking around, and she says, "This is my motherfucking courtroom." And she would say it over and over again to get the everybody, and she got everybody riled up. And the whole idea was, take command, and take this motherfucking shit to trial. I like that. I like that a lot. And I like the way she said it. I mean, she says it with some authority. But this is Kendrick and Williams, their song in their own words. And I'll tell you a little bit about the admissibility of this evidence later.
I rep my life for real. For slimes, I kill. Trial, I done beat it twice. Kendrick's. I'm undefeated, like feds came and snatched me. I don't know, no point in asking. I was on what? Breathing. Stuck like a magnet, bitch ass nigga. I shoot at your man, you need to stand down. I up my stamina, take it to trial. Get an appeal, take it to trial. Yeah, you gon' whack 'em. Pay for that casket, that's just if we whack 'em. My young niggas pulling up. Bentleys, Austin Martins, Rares and Teslas, strapped with an FN. You're gonna hear a lot about FNs.
So, I don't hear a lot of pushing positivity in that. Do you hear a lot of pushing positivity? Or do you hear, and I hear the slime, the S, but, this is going to be damning. Those lyrics that are coming into this trial are going to be damning. And the reason why they're going to be damning is because there are evidence of statements that he's making to support the notion that everything's for the benefit of YSL. I mean, and one of the lines in there is, "I'll kill for my slime." You know, he's not saying I'm killing for my Yves Saint Laurent. You know, she's for my slime. That's what the S is.
I also see in here, he reps the red bandana, and I never see the ops, or she ready to get in the streets. For me, no questions, of course.
Oh, you read that?
He wasn't throwing up the gang sign. He was throwing up P.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He also says he fucks a cup of water.
He what?
He fucked a cup of water, apparently.
Okay, that means her pussy's really good. Motherfuckers also say a bowl of macaroni.
Oh, that's what I'm familiar with.
From here to 2015, FBNs all throughout the incidents that are involving gang members, YSL. Watch me whack that bitch. Pop him like assist. Glock with the assist.
What?
Pop him like assist. Glock with the assist.
Take this shit to motherfucking
Hey,
trial.
he's helping somebody get bumps off of their face, and sometimes his Glock assists him with that.
Watch me whack that bitch. Pop it like assist. Glock with the assist. Well, that's pushing something, right? YSL, slimy and shady. You know, when you have that, you're really starting out in a fucking hole. You're starting out in a hole.
Yeah. How do you reframe that?
It sounds so much better when he says it, doesn't it? An investigator was testifying today. Let's fast forward today. An investigator was testifying that somebody was throwing up gang signs.
Oh, it's in here.
And the defense lawyer just fillets him. Let's watch that.
Sir? Yes. You what you do when you're conducting an investigation affects people's lives, right? Yes. You arrest people and take their freedom and take them into custody, true? Yes. And you are charged with writing reports that reflect the truth so that someone down the road, maybe a prosecutor, can rely on that information and know if to or how to prosecute someone, right? Yes. That is extremely important. Would you agree with me? Yes. All right. And so when you write your report, and when you were writing reports back in 2013, those things were just as important then as they are today in this courtroom, right? Yes. Okay. And so you weren't a rookie officer back in 2000.
So one of the things that is really effective, and he's doing a great job here, making that witness, the state's witness, agree with everything you're saying. So remember, cross-examination, you ask pointed questions. Don't give them a whole lot of room to answer. It's either yes or a no, as opposed to direct examination. But watch this.
13. You had been on the force for some 7 years? Yes. Okay. And so before coming in here to testify, whether it's today, I don't know, yesterday, last week, whenever, did you have an opportunity to sit down with the prosecutors and talk to them about your testimony and your recollection of the events of 2013? Did you do that? Yes. Okay, right. And you still came in here today, and this is the first time, right, that you're mentioning anything about gang signs that you saw when you were brought in here to testify in this, quote, gang case, right? Yes. Okay. Now, just out of curiosity, what was the gang signs?
Hold on, what's the basis for your objection?
Well, with respect to
What's the basis of your objection?
form, first time.
I'm gonna overrule the objection.
Okay.
What's your objection? So when you have an objection, you state it fast. You don't have time to you don't have time to just, stammer like I just did. And so objection, leading, objection, irrelevant, objection, cumulative, objection, argumentative. That's how you don't go
Form, first time.
I'm gonna overrule the objection.
She didn't even let her finish her objection because she didn't have one.
Right.
She just doesn't like it because he's effective.
Y'all remember Liar Liar when he was like, I object, Your Honor. And he was like, why? He's like, it's damning to my case. That's how she was.
Man, I am reading through these lyrics of different songs by him, and let me tell you, if they can use lyrics, he is fucked with a capital F, because these are damn near incriminating. Like, bad. Like, what's the worst one? Well, no, that's not the worst one. Where's the right here? I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I told them to shoot 100 rounds. I'm ready for war like I'm Russia. You better watch the way you breathe around me, for that breath be your last. I shot his mommy.
Oh, that's the one Cobra was talking about with the.
I had whatever the fuck that word is when I shot at the cunt. Act like you want war and they're gonna smoke you like a blunt. That's pretty damn incriminating.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could twist it around. Yeah.
Oh, talk about Goku or something.
Yeah, it was. The smoke was the Nimbus cloud that Goku uses when he was a kid.
Why am I a better lawyer than half these people?
He's fucking with my witness.
Go ahead, Mr. Adams.
Yeah. What was the gang sign you saw being thrown up that day?
No idea.
No idea.
No.
What was the gang sign that you said that you? Oh, no idea. Are you fucking kidding me? No idea.
Okay.
See the way he reacted? He said, "Oh, he wanted to laugh."
I've been throwing the papers and shit. Oh my
What
God.
the fuck? Bro, I would be reaming their ass out if I was their supervisor.
Like my gang sign?
Fucking kid me? You on a fucking stand? You don't even know what the fuck you... Bro, I'd have been going crazy.
Finish her objection because she didn't have one. She just doesn't like it because he's effective. He's fucking with my witness.
Go ahead, Mr. Adams.
Yeah. What was the gang sign you saw being thrown up that day?
No idea.
No idea.
No.
What was the gang sign that you said that you? Oh, no idea. Are you fucking kidding me? No idea.
Okay. You know what's the gang sign, right?
Yes.
Okay. You said something a while ago I wanted to touch on real quick. You said that you will quote your words now, mentally incorporating the gang sign in describing the person as being the most aggressive. Is that what you said?
I did.
Mentally incorporating it. But you don't know what gang sign we're talking about.
No, sir.
All right. That's all I got.
All right.
How can you say something's a gang sign when you don't know what it was and you don't know what it meant? He just destroyed this officer, this investigator's credibility, especially on that issue. And when you destroy somebody's credibility on one issue, it can destroy them on a number of issues, and it detracts from the message that they're originally trying to impart on the jury. So, and here's the other thing, and this is why this is so concerning in this case. Something that happened yesterday is the camera was panning, and it caught one or more of the jurors. And it was really brief.
You guys hear about that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was a super big deal. That may have been the biggest deal about this case. Yeah.
But it was screenshotted, and that was going viral all over the fucking place. Now, here's the problem with that. It was inadvertent, and the news media are covering everything. But the problem with that is all of a sudden, if those guys get any kind of threats or anything, you could wind up tainting this whole jury and then starting all over again.
Right, yeah.
Let's say that happened. And it's a no fault.
Already, I could show you a message with some dude like, man, that's Dwayne so-and-so. Damn, they got that nigga up there. So you got the lawyer overcapping. You got the defendant rapping about his crimes. You got the prosecutor fucking up and bombing new evidence in on the defense and the judge. You got the witnesses not knowing what the fuck they talking about. You got part of the counsel for the prosecutor talking about bleach. And you got the cameraman panning, showing the fucking jury in a RICO case with a potentially violent gang, and the judge is angry as fuck.
Yeah. If I was a judge, I wouldn't want no parts of this shit.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want no parts of this shit. It's a shit show.
He could recuse himself.
Yeah, I'll walk away. Like, somebody else take this shit. It's too much for me.
It's a lot going. I'm telling you, that's why you can't take your eyes off of it. It's a train wreck. I never even heard of a case like this where it's just all fucked up.
And
I
people
would
are
take my ball and go home.
It's
People
multiple murders. He said he would take his ball and go home.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's really, and you got the guys, his own homie snitching on him. And he actually didn't shoot anybody. All of them did, but it's always the shooters and anything. Rather,
He already said that in his lyrics. I just read it. He never killed nobody, but he's got people doing it.
He said that?
Oh,
I
I
got-
had stepped away. Yeah.
Okay, here it is. Good thing I have them all. I have them on a Google Doc now. Let's see. I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I told them to shoot 100 rounds. I'm ready for war like I'm Russia. I got all types of cash. I am a general.
Somebody got shot at 100 times too. So you see what I'm saying? Like,
And basically, he just said that he gave the order. Basically, he didn't kill nobody, but he basically said he gave the order. Like,
and that's the same thing. It's usually the people who order the hit to get the most time.
And a general in war doesn't go fight on the front lines. He tells other people to go fight. Same thing. Yeah.
but nah, we got it all wrong. He is truly humble under God.
And he brought 100 rounds of drinks to celebrate his success.
Yep.
And having something to do with that body was his friend who used to be overweight, and he helped him work out and get back in shape. And he was proud of the work that he did, pushing his positivity.
He actually,
Exactly. It all goes full circle.
his baby mama got killed, man. His lawyer could have used that, like, almost like a self-defense, like, in a way. Like, I would have rather my lawyer got up there and said, you know, hey man, this baby mama got killed. He took matters into his own hands and tried to, you know what I'm saying, Brad? I don't want that, but I'd rather that other than, oh no, he's a fucking angel. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I done for the crew. I done did the robbing. I done did the jacking. Now I'm full rap.
I would have just been like, I have a ghostwriter. I didn't write any of these lyrics.
Somebody
All I
say
did was say it.
I escaped every one of the licks because I'm supposed to be rich. I don't care. I don't care nothing about no cop. I'm just telling you how it is.
so he not wrong.
Why would I lie? I got mob ties. Tell them spin bend. They send shots flying, knocking off your big homie's bitch.
Get it. Yeah.
Of Mr. Williams or any of the other defendants.
Oh my God!
So what happens if we start all over again? It took a year to get this jury to begin with. I would make a strong argument for his release if that happened, but luckily, I don't think any negative consequences have happened so far. And the judge admonished the people operating the camera, just make sure, I know it was inadvertent, but please make sure that you don't accidentally get another juror on camera. They want to keep the jurors confidential, and they want to keep it confidential because they don't want them influenced.
Yeah. But anyway.
Honestly, if the case went really bad, one email or one text could make them start over or could cause a mistrial to one of the jurors or the juror's family or something like that. Purposely,
well, he already been outed.
Right, I'm saying, like, if somebody actually sent something, like somebody bought a burner phone and sent a text like, yeah, you better vote the way we want, or else, you know, we know who you are, we know your family, we know how to get to you, blah, 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 blah. Even if it was just bullshit. If somebody just sent that from a burner phone, and I'm not saying, hopefully nobody does that, but I'm just saying if they wanted a mistrial, like, well, get your butt up.
The Tough Guy Act and these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
That's right. That's right.
No, sit down.
I like that. He said we two consenting adults. You want to do
That,
it?
that's a man I want for president right there. This man, Mr.
I like
Mullen,
both
that man
of them.
president.
I like
I'm mad he
both
was
of
reading it too. He's reading it trying to keep the word.
I like both of them because the other dude said I would love to do it right now.
He's like, you want the smoke? I got it.
I want to see this man beat the shit out of
Where to
Putin.
find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
Oh,
guy.
oh, stop it.
Is that your
All right.
solution, everybody?
Hold it. No, no, sit down. Sit down. Okay, you know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay. Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold
Chairman?
it. Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can, no,
This is
I have the
what he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no,
I
you
like
can't.
Bernie.
Yeah,
This
yeah, I
is
like
a
Bernie.
hearing.
Fuck you, Bernie.
God knows
Damn.
the American people have enough contempt
Bernie.
for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and
You-
bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
mic.
you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this because I did challenge you and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet. I was.
Hold on.
You challenged me to a cage match,
no,
acting
no,
like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard
Hold it.
bully.
Excuse me. Hold it. No,
Hey,
in the back.
hey, first we got we had Mr. We had Royal. Now we got Ghost, Mr. Fife.
I will say exactly.
Senator Mullen, I have the mic. You have questions on any economic
Suck a
issues,
fucking
anything,
dick,
say, go
Bernie.
for it. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not
him
talking
in.
about. Of course, I
And
did.
let me
He's-
let me show you his hearing because I want to expose this thug to who he is. And
Could you not point at
2013
me? That's disrespectful.
I don't care about respecting you at all. I
don't
respect people that
respect
I
you at all.
respect. So
All right, hold
let me.
they might as well just fucking fight.
If I was in Bernie, be like, all right, you know what? You know what? Let's clear the floor. Let's get these guys out.
I would have liked Bernie if he said that
Man, Bernie ain't gonna do shit. You know why? Bernie's a quitter, and I don't like quitters.
shit. Yeah.
You know what I like
Every
about Bernie?
every time he does something, he quits it. Fuck
What I like
him.
about Bernie is he has had the same message and looked the same for the last like 40 years. Like every other politician, they bounce all over. And I'm not into politics almost at all. But once, like, somebody else, like, I was watching a video and they were showing like Bernie Sanders like 30 years ago and Bernie Sanders now. He looks the same and he's saying the exact same thing. Like, he has the
crazy.
same message. He hasn't changed his position or his stance on anything. Most other people, they're just going to change with the time and whatever's popular at the time, they're just going to go with it and say it to try to get into office. And Bernie was just like, look, this is how I feel.
How could you like that though? The man has the same message, sure, but once it gets down to it, he always drops the fuck out.
Well, nobody's going to vote for somebody who actually want to make things better because America's a business. If it's not about making money, no one gives a shit. Right? So Bernie never had a chance.
Senator Mullen, you got my vote. I want a president that's willing to roll up his sleeves and knock a motherfucker
I
out.
swear to God, me too. I'm tired of good talkers and shit. And we had the president we had before Trump was a good talker, and Trump was a fucking gaslighter. Like, I'm sick of that shit. I want a president who I know can whoop some ass like this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I will say one thing though. I think he was reading what the other person sent him.
Let's go.
Right? Do I have that correct?
Let's go over it.
Quit the Tough Guy Act and these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place.
All right,
Run your
Paul.
mouth.
So it seems like the other guy sent him a letter saying, you act tough in front of the Senate.
Yeah.
Let's meet up and handle it like men.
Right.
And then he waited till there was a Senate hearing and read what he sent him and was like, well, how about now?
Uh-huh. Look how he looking at him. He's like, I beat your ass.
Yeah. Now look at that face. That's the face of a guy who's gonna whoop some fucking ass. That's the face of a he's gonna stop a mud hole in your ass and walk that shit dry.
Right.
The thing is, he did this here knowing that there was gonna be no fight. This is the equivalent of somebody having a beef with somebody and showing up at their job and being like, why don't you fight me now while you're on the clock?
Right.
What he's doing is he's trying to act tough, but he knows there's not going to be any actual repercussions to his words.
You think this guy not willing to fight?
No, I'm saying
that
the reason he brought it up here is because he's a bitch. And I think the other guy is more of a tough guy than he is.
Man,
I think the other guy would be more willing to fight than he is. Because he brought it up.
I think they both willing to fight. I think they both.
Why would he bring it up here though?
But listen, I think
he already challenged him to a cage fight.
I think they both willing to fight, but then dude, if I had to give it to anybody, it's gonna be the Mullen guy. And the reason why is because the other guy started playing psychological games, like by playing the victim card, like, oh, this is what you run to, this is where you want to take things. He tried to become the victim real quick, but it's like you said it. But I do like the way he responded. He was like, "I would love to handle it." Like,
no, I'm saying, like, put yourself in their shoes, though. Okay, so
yeah.
I don't know what the other guy's name is, but you're the other guy.
Let's see what his name is.
We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Let's stand.
O'Brien.
Okay, so you're O'Brien, and you're like, man, I'm sick of this dude talking shit, and he only talks shit when we're in the Senate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you send him a letter. Like,
look at that dude over his shoulder. Holy fuck.
Yeah, they look. Yeah, he did a line in the bathroom before
he's geeking.
Look at the UPS man.
I was gonna say the one in the cab looks suspicious.
They're laughing later though. Like you can see both of them laughing as it escalates.
Man,
look at the guy next to the crazy guy. He like, I like where this going.
The thing is, you look at O'Brien. Look at those eyes. Look at that facial structure. That man is either gonna fight his ass off or he's gonna go into a fetal position. If you back that up and look at Mullen, if you look at Mullen's eyes, that man has the eyes of a fucking killer and a great white shark. He's like, I'm ready to tear you up.
This is gonna be a little racist, but his last name's O'Brien. He's willing to go. He's willing to go. He's gonna go.
Why is he willing to go?
Mullen is Irish too, right?
I love to fight. That's what they do. They drink and they fight.
Yeah, they fight.
I know, and I only say that because I know, like a lot, like all of them are always.
No, you're being racist. You're being racist.
I said going in, it was going to be a little racist. I did. I did say that.
Hey man, this band in the USA not getting along in the USA.
Yeah,
like,
I think both of them Irish. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them Irish. That's why they willing to Buffalo like that.
What I'm saying is, like, say
Say
you send a letter to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Those
O'Brien.
eyes.
You're O'Brien. You send a letter, and you're like, "Man, you want the smoke? Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of you talking shit in the Senate. Let's go stomp it out." And then he waits until the Senate and reads what you said, like, "Oh, if you want the smoke," like it's like.
Wait. Hold on. Let's listen to what he said one more time because I thought dude said that like we can do it there.
I think Mullen is Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, maybe I misunderstood.
Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime.
Oh, he said any place,
anytime. He said quit bringing it up in the Senate. We can meet any place, anytime.
Okay.
Like basically, why are you only talking tough when we're in front of the Senate? If you want the smoke, let's go get it. Anywhere else. And then he waited till the Senate and was like, oh, this is what you sent me.
They should have fought because I ain't gonna lie, I'm going with Mr. Fight. I feel like Mullen was gonna whoop his ass.
Now,
look at those
eyes. Was way bigger.
I don't think the other guy's scared though, because we respond. He's I I know what it takes to say that. Like, oh, I would love to fucking have that.
Yeah.
I would have said I wrote the letter. I would love to handle it.
Cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your
Right.
mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You put your head down, bitch.
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
He said, okay, that's fine.
Consenting adults, we can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
I'm laughing at that dude in the back. The crazy eyed dude in the back behind him.
Hey, look at him.
Just look at him in the back.
That has to be that has to be a thumbnail.
He loves where it's going. He's like, I'm here for this shit.
He's like, really?
I feel like that guy with the UPS hat, like, I'm going to punch his hand as soon as he get up because I don't fucking like him.
They probably all talked about the shit right before it.
Play that back. I want to see the UPS guy reaction.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on.
Big
No,
guy.
stop it.
Is that your solution, every
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay, you know, you're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down.
I'm not going to lie. The way his, like pause on this, but the way, like, he's got his shit together like he's ready to fight. You know, his shirt tucked in. Like, I think he would roll his sleeve up and whoop that dude ass.
Why didn't he go over there then? If he actually got up to go fight, why is he still standing in the
I think because he don't want dude to be able to play victim because
he know he ain't going nowhere. He brought it up here.
He's the United States Senator. He ain't gonna actually.
So why bring it up there? Bitch,
hey, he just let them know, like, hey, you never know. Maybe this the only time he get to see him because people be saying they ready for the smoke and be ducking they shit. And you can't find them.
Well,
everybody got 20 minutes to fight. He could have been like, hey, meet me at such and such. We're going to stop it out. And then just met up and fought.
I'm kind of on the same sense as a Carrotus on that one. Like, he called him out. What's the Brian dude was like, yeah, like, why you gotta talk all that trash when you in the Senate? Like, name a place, and we can actually settle it elsewhere.
Yes, but he did name. If you watch the video further, he does name a place. He did name a cage match already, and there was nothing that happened.
Oh, well, play the rest of it. Play the rest of it. Then.
States Senator. Sit
Active.
down.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond, Mr. Chairman?
Hold it. If
Hold
we
on.
can, no,
This is
I
what
have the
he
mic.
said.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and
You-
bullies.
You have,
And that's
you
what-
have
I don't
the
like
mic.
you because you
Hold
just
it.
described yourself.
Hold it. You have the mic.
Yeah.
You have time.
All right.
Make your statement.
Then let's do this because I did challenge you and I accepted your challenge, and you went quiet.
No, I didn't go quiet. I was.
Oh, see, no, that changed.
Wait, let him finish. He said, no, I didn't.
Okay.
Hold on.
You challenged me to a cage match, acting like a 12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me.
Yeah, see, he don't want no smoke, and I told you.
I gotta hear the rest of it first. I gotta hear the rest.
Rewind it a bit. Let's hear the whole.
No, I didn't go quiet. I was.
Hold on.
You challenged me to a cage match, acting like a 12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me. Hold it. No, excuse me. I have the
I
mic.
will say exactly.
Senator
what you
Mullen,
said.
I have the mic. You have questions on any economic issues, anything to say, go for it. We're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're talking about, of course I do.
And let me show you his hearing because I want to expose this thug to who he is. And
Could you not point to me? That's disrespectful.
I don't care about respect.
Nah,
at
he's
all.
just
I
being
I don't
respect
respect you at all.
respect. So
All right, hold it.
let me
Hold it. No.
I want to know what happened with the cage. Google what happened with the. I want to know what happened. Why did they fight? So O'Brien and what was the other guy?
Mullen.
O'Brien and Mullen cage match. What happened? I want to know why this didn't happen.
I would pay to watch that.
I would too. I would go see that.
Yeah, me
I need to see it. From what I heard, like
Stand your butt up.
senators and congressmen actually, like way back in the day, used to fight about their issues, like right there on the Congress floor. Or
I
the
know
Senate
a lot
floor.
of people were saying that too.
Yeah, that was like a thing that happened.
Yeah, and I think that's where they were trying to take it. You know.
Hey, I say we go back there.
Man,
Don't be trying to represent me when you a bitch.
I'm telling you. Hey, but it kind of sounds like he's saying, "Hey, man, I can't catch you nowhere else. So hey, it's up."
Oh, that's O'Brien's a union leader.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I'm with O'Brien all the way now. Unions are like fucking half mafia.
No. They used to be. They used
No,
to.
they still are.
What happened to Hoffa?
That was a fucking Teamster hearing, shit.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
Let's see what they say. I do want to get into the cage. Okay, let's see what he said.
All right.
Yes, sir. Senator, just tell us why you think what happened today in the hearing happened.
Well, you should probably ask him that. I mean, he's the one that kept tweeting at us. We didn't respond until the 5th tweet. And when he said any place or any time, any place, where to find me, cowboy, I thought, well, this is the time, this is the place. And you don't do that in Oklahoma. You don't run your mouth unless you're going to answer the call.
Well, that might be the question. Was that the place? Is a Senate hearing the right place to challenge someone to a physical confrontation?
Well, I'd already challenged him to September 30th. He could have done it then for charity. I said April. They have the what's it called, the smoking guns charity for the firefighters and police force. We could have done it.
Who's gonna show up to something called smoking gun?
I would.
Stand up. So
If I had smoke with somebody, I'm going.
Oh, I would have went.
Yeah, let's go.
I would have went. I'm just saying, like I can see a lot of people being skeptical. I would have went, especially if I don't like your ass.
Right. If we got beef, that's real man shit, though. Like, you don't have to hate everybody that you fought. Like,
No.
if we got an issue, we can fight it out, and then after that, we could be friends.
They might be best friends after that.
So I stood up.
Yeah, but what about, just the idea that fighting as a way to solve a problem, is that are you concerned that that's the way the conversation is happening here on Capitol Hill?
People's been fighting for a long time. I mean, go back to the 1800s. They used to have canings. It was legal to do duels. If you have a difference, you have a difference. I didn't start it. I didn't tweet at him. I didn't go after him. I have no beef with the guy. I mean, I don't even know the last time I've gotten a street fight. I used to get paid to fight. I'm not looking. I mean, what victory is it for me to beat up O'Brien? That would be a shock, right? But he said it. And I just simply responded. If he wants to call it off and we just go have a cup of coffee, fine. Let's sit down and have a cup of coffee. I have no hard feelings. It's not personal to me. He just challenged me, and I accepted the challenge.
Do you regret this moment at all?
You should probably ask him. I mean, he's the one that said it. I don't regret asking him. He said anytime, any place. So.
And has leadership talked to you at all about this?
No, not at all.
Have you begun any outreach to him at all, or has he reached out to you, O'Brien meaning?
No.
Reached out to you afterwards?
No, not. I ended it and said, if you want to end it here, that's fine. You want to sit down and have a cup of coffee, I'll sit down and have a cup of coffee. It's not personal to me, guys. This is nothing personal. It's just he made the challenge, and I accepted it. It's just that simple.
What about just the general tension right now on Capitol Hill? Do you feel as though there's more angst than there has been at other times, and is it preventing you from getting things done?
I don't, I can only speak for my time here, right? Ever since I've been here, there's always been a little bit of tension. This is a total separate issue. This doesn't have to do with policy. This doesn't have to do with politics. This had to do with the guy calling me out, and I simply responded to it. So I don't think the two are really comparable. This has nothing to do with me against unions either. I have nothing against unions. I made that very clear at the end of the hearing. I have nothing against unions. A lot of good friends and family are union members. This has to do with just his thug mentality. I mean, look at his background. Look at his history. The guy has a history of this constantly. And he was the one after he became president. He was the one to bring back the mob mentality. What the heck is a mob mentality?
Oh,
Told you.
It looked like, but it looked like we all right though, because because as me and Mr. Fife said, we sense a fighting background with him.
I will say, like, from hearing him talk, I think he would fight now. Like, at first I was like, he was a shit, but he was like, look, I used to be a fighter. I got paid to fight. I don't give a fuck. I'm like, okay, all right, maybe he is with it. Maybe he is with it.
He basically pretty much said, like, I wouldn't even fight him because I think I could beat him, but he called me out, so I'm like, what's up?
Yeah.
He
seems like he's being candid too. Like, it doesn't seem like he's like trying to check his words or trying to be PC. It seems like he's just saying, look, this is who I am. He came to me wrong. so this is how I responded. It is what it is. My issue with him ain't got shit to do with politics or policy. This is a man-on-man thing, and he came to me the wrong way, so he got the response he got. I would probably respond almost exactly like he did, though. Like, man, you want to go? Let's go. If you don't, shut the fuck up.
If it's the truth, it's the truth. Like, dude, you tweeted at me. I didn't say nothing. All right, then you just said fuck it, and you like, hey, I'll actually fight you, and you like, oh, now you're talking my language. Let's do that. You know what I mean?
I still think
for this guy.
I still think him bringing it up in the Senate was some bitch shit.
Well, he said he ain't been able to get to him though.
Okay.
I fight while I get mad. Now you've been ducking and running around.
And then you're going to bring that mob mentality to me? Okay, well, you can't run your mouth against me. I'm just not that guy. If you want to run your mouth, then we can settle it a different way. But you don't do that. And especially somebody from Oklahoma. Maybe you can do that from someone from New Jersey.
Somebody from Oklahoma. What the fuck does that even mean?
Hey, this nigga like smoke. He said, hey, like you said, he ain't holding back. He said, hey man, maybe you can do that shit to somebody in New Jersey, but that's right here. He named his states and everything.
Wait, Mr. Pipe about to say it. What you about to say, Mr. Pipe? I thought he was gonna say don't try that in a small town.
That's right. Don't try that shit in a small town.
Oh yeah.
You don't flip somebody off unless you want to get your finger broken in Oklahoma.
That's damn right.
What happens here? People seem to use that gesture all the time, and it's not the same. Words matter in Oklahoma.
There were some tiffs also on the House side.
Oh, he in Jersey dissing them. This nigga's a stepper.
He don't give a fuck.
He a fucking stepper. He said, hey, he in their face like, maybe that shit fly up here, but it don't fly where I'm from.
And more broadly, what do you think could be done to like lower the temperature?
Yeah, you know,
bring more discourse here.
That old stuff with Burchett and Kevin McCarthy, I don't. Birch is not a man of character, and I don't take that with. I take what he said with not even a grain of salt. I don't believe a word that he says.
And do you feel confident that once this continuing resolution, if it ultimately passes, I mean, you're not really solving any of the problems, right?
No.
I mean, how can you get all this stuff done in a short period of time?
You know, with a continuing resolution, we're going to kick the can down the road again. Everybody here right now knows that we're probably going to do another CR in January. In my opinion, I don't want to shut down the government. Okay, keep the government open, but
I want to see what they saying about him in the comment section. I'm curious. He said
he just got him more
Oklahoma. Challenge someone whose fighting skills you're ignorant of to a confrontation in a public platform like Twitter is a very bad idea. Somebody said, that's my senator. I'm glad I voted for it. Oh, shit. Yeah, people respected this shit.
Well, I respect it. So I don't like I said, the only problem I had with it, well, the main problem I had with it was it had the same vibe to me as approaching somebody at work when you know you're safe. It does sound like he was willing to go though. Like after hearing his rebuttal, I'm like,
there ain't no doubt in my eyes that he wouldn't have fought.
Somebody said O'Brien is a keyboard tough guy.
I'm just reading that.
Yeah, he instigated the confrontation. I like this comment. I don't get why people are so confused and upset over this. Finally have someone in politics willing to fight his own battle instead of sending someone else's sons or daughter to fight on their behalf. I'm sick of that
100%.
Yeah. I'm sick of that shit. I mean, like, yeah, of course I know you can't be a Neanderthal and settle all politics with fight, but I don't think we had a president yet who can handle himself as a man. I just want a president who I can relate.
Not recently.
I'm gonna say, man, Teddy Roosevelt
is about it.
I want to see O'Brien's reaction though.
Okay, let's
because we got one side.
Let's be fair.
I want to see the other side now.
Let's be fair.
What about this? Teams to stand up to corporate bullies in Congress. It looks like O'Brien there, maybe. No. Maybe not.
Where was that at?
You just passed go up.
Just scrolled it.
Man,
it's like
O'Brien
the fourth one
like
down.
Okay.
Looks like a character from fucking Coneheads.
Sean O'Brien, president of that union, the International Brotherhood of Teamsters
this
is
doesn't
here.
have anything to do with that.
And Sean, I have to say,
Yes,
I'm
it
sure
do.
you're
Teamsters
plenty
are
strong,
in a confrontation.
but Mark Wayne Mullen is a former professional MMA fighter. What
Oh,
went through your
shit.
mind when he basically challenged?
Oh shit! That wouldn't have went well. Oh shit!
Well, technically though, if he actually does have like the mob mentality, you wouldn't be fighting fair because that's not how the mob works. So,
but for some reporter to start off like that, he like
that is hilarious.
He
Plenty strong, but Mark Wayne Mullen is a former professional MMA fighter. What went through your mind when he basically challenged you to a physical fight during a Senate hearing?
Yeah, you know, look, what went through my mind was you're one of 100 of the most powerful people in the country, and you're acting like a 12-year-old in a schoolyard because you didn't get your way. I mean, look, he actually has the ability, and he's 100 of the elite, to actually effectuate change in this country, and he's focused on being a bully. You know, we're not going to stand for it.
He's got cauliflower ears.
You don't fuck with a guy with cauliflower ears.
Yeah, he's a fighter.
And we definitely were brought up differently.
Okay, but can I say you're tweeting like a 12-year-old? I mean, your tweets.
Whoa!
Were you're not a United States senator.
That's a fair
okay?
reaction. If you're saying him trying to start a fight is acting like a 12-year-old, but your words were trying to start a fight, you're also acting like a 12-year-old. That's fair.
Yeah,
that's a fair.
I'm
response.
not used to somebody calling someone out like that. Like,
does he say what the tweets like? Does he say what the tweets he said are? Because
in the beginning, what dude was reading, I think, was a tweet.
Yeah, that was a tweet.
Well, that one doesn't, to me, substantiate that he was being a bully. Because all of that tweet said was, "You're a tough guy when you're in the Senate." So I want to know what other tweets did he send that.
Well, Mullen said
make...
he tagged. So based off what Mullen said, he said that dude tagged them 5 times via Twitter and negatively, and he didn't respond. When he didn't respond, that's when he got the message that he read. So that's kind of antagonizing to me. And I'm not trying. I want to be fair. Like based on,
I got it pulled up.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to see what the tweets he said. Yeah,
He said,
3D
CEO who pretends like he's self-made. In reality, just a clown and fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me, any place, anytime, cowboy. Hashtag little man syndrome.
That's strong. Calling me a clown is strong. I don't like that. Yeah, and that's O'Brien's frustration. Like old boy from Ruby Rose, that was his message. Like, all right, you're not gonna respond to me tagging you on Twitter in front of everybody. Cool. Let's take it somewhere else.
Then Mullen's response is, an attention-seeking union Teamster boss is trying to be punchy after our Senate hearing. Okay, I accept your challenge. MMA fight for charity of your choice, September 30th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'll give you 3 days to accept.
And what it seems like to me, it seems like both of them are flexing their muscles in the areas that they're good at. O'Brien's flexing his mob muscles. Cullen is flexing his MMA muscles.
Yeah, Mullen actually wants the physical fight. I think O'Brien wants
play
more
chess.
of a He wants to play like a tactical, strategic game where he tears you down in one way, attacks you from a way you don't see coming.
Yeah.
And Mullen's like, nah, let's just go meet directly.
And I mean that's gaslighting, you know, like that's like me telling you, Carrots, hey, next time I see you, I'll slap the shit out of you. And then we get in a public place. I'm sitting there, I'm already at the public place. Here you come talking about okay, you said you're gonna do all of this. Next time you see me, here I am. And I'm like, oh, you acting like a child. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The fuck are you talking about? Like, you initiated this.
That's 100% gaslighting. Yeah. Like you can't play the victim after you started the bullshit. Yeah. I'll agree with that. Yeah.
Definitely.
So what are your thoughts, Davius?
Okay. I still want to hear
He
if
want to hear
there's
the
any
first
other
5
tweets.
tweets.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll talk about it.
But can I say you're tweeting like a 12-year-old? I mean, your tweets were.
I mean, they bad enough for dude to say you tweet like a 12-year-old.
You're not a United States senator, okay? And I get that your tweeting is not the same thing as calling somebody out during a Senate hearing. But, you know where to find me anyplace, anytime, cowboy. You're making fun of him for not being the tallest senator. I mean, you represent 1.3 million workers. Do you really think that tweet, there's the tweet right there with your pink circling of the apple box he's standing on. Do you really think that that is best serving, best representing the members of the Teamsters Union?
Paul, that video, that picture's hilarious. He circled him standing on a box.
I mean,
at the podium. That's so petty.
Sebius, it's like this, bro, and you're not wrong for wanting to see the first 5 tweets. But bro, if you tweet me and I'm not responding to you, like you don't have the right to keep antagonizing me. Like, and then you're gonna put this. We don't know the first 5 tweets, but we know this is the last fucking tweet. Yeah, I want to fight.
Yeah, but this is, like you said, this is all one tweet, and seems to be the same tweet that he read. So I want to know. Even the reporter said you're acting like a 12-year-old with all these other tweets. So I'm like, where's the other tweets that I want to hear that make them sound like a 12-year-old? Because I would say that tweet alone, I would say both of them are petty at this point. But I can't say that O'Brien, and until I hear the other tweets, I can't say that O'Brien is actively acting like a 12-year-old. He basically just called this guy, except for the side that he called him a clown, and maybe that part could be more, I guess, derogatory. But like other than that, he's just like, oh, he's a greedy CEO.
Little man syndrome.
Man, those are fighting terms for me.
Yeah, like I'm sorry. Like, it don't matter what the first. Maybe that's why they not reading, because at this point it don't matter.
Well, fighting words are, you know where to find me anytime, any place, cowboy. But him circling him standing on that box is hilarious. That was so funny.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
So unnecessary.
I'll be ready to fight too, because it's embarrassing as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
But little man syndrome, I would say that's probably more in line with being the 12-year-old, acting like a 12-year-old. But that's what I'm saying. That's all one tweet. So where are the other tweets?
By the way, this is how stupid human beings are to me. Like, why the fuck? Like, so if he's not standing on that box, you're not gonna vote for him because he seems smaller than the other guy. You're gonna let somebody's size fool you into your vote? Like, that makes you fucking slow.
The public 100% would do that.
That's stupid.
Well, it's like, I think George Carlin said, it's like individual people are smart and interesting and good to be around, but in general, groups of people are stupid animals.
They said that on Men in Black. What's his name? Who played next to Will Smith? Tommy Lee?
Yeah.
A person is smart, people are dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, for whatever reason, like your appearance and the way you present yourself means a lot to
That's
some people.
Stupid.
Yeah, you standing next to somebody else who's towering over you makes them seem more powerful. They have a bigger aura.
I'm not.
But in that sense, that does make it like he has a little man syndrome, because he and all these other bunch of Senate debates and all these other petitions and stuff like that, like they generally only do it for women. So,
my God, you won't fight words, Sabian.
So I'm like, so like I said, it is in a sense kind of like, him being acting like a 12-year-old, but at the same time, it's like he's doing exactly what what O'Brien is saying he's doing. It's like you're acting like a tough guy, you're doing all this stuff, like, and then you got a podium to increase your height. Like, those are.
But his team can recommend that.
I was about to say, your presentation is everything in front of the public. Like, if you stand slouched or something like this, you're going to get less votes than if you stand up Like they probably have coaches that talk them through literally every mannerism. Yeah. So I'm assuming somebody else probably said, you want to stand on par with him, so this will get you up to that level. Yeah, or close to it. Like, that's just strategy.
I don't feel, but you know what? I'm not trying to like be PC, but well, not PC, but I'm not trying to pander to everybody on our pod. But I feel like everybody right in this instant, because I feel like we're right because a lot of stuff that came out, you know, through our little investigation. But Sabius ain't wrong for holding back his opinion without all the information. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Like knowing every side could change your opinion drastically. Mm-hmm. Like we watched 2 videos, and the first video I was like, I'm all O'Brien. The second video I'm like, I'm kind of Mullen now. So like the more we watch, the more my opinion could change. Like I'm fluid a lot of the time. Like when it comes to politics or like the way you think, I think you should be open to change.
Yeah, you should be. Yes.
I like to have all the information. That's how I am with pretty much anything. Like with the girl that got hit with the brick and that video and all that, I was like, where's all the information before I make a decision? Because I'm not gonna just take anybody's word for it. Just like with this newspaper, oh, well, you got all these tweets, you act like a 12-year-old. Okay, where are the other tweets? You showed me one tweet. But you said it was what? There was more than one tweet, so back it up.
Right.
If this the picture alone, man. For example, if Sabius were to send and put online a picture of me standing on a box, just that alone, circled like that, I am flying or riding down to Texas, and I'm looking for you to square up, whether I win or lose.
You clearly want the smoke. You
want the smoke. I'm already 5-7, all right?
That's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. That's fucked up.
Well, I like the picture so much. That's petty. That's next level petty.
Yeah. Let's see what he got to say.
You can't even stand on
his
your
story
own
is
feet,
compelling but inaccurate. And in a hearing in March, he started the whole thing by coming into a hearing, looking at us and basically saying to me, I'm not afraid of physical confrontation. As a matter of fact, I welcome it. Mm-hmm. So that's what perpetuated the whole incident. Never knew the man in my life, never met him. I was testifying in my first Senate hearing, and that was his first introduction to me.
And you were at the hearing today, Bernie Sanders' hearing, which is about how unions improve the lives of workers.
See, that actually makes it seem like O'Brien had beef because of the way Mullen approached him when they first met.
Mm-hmm.
Like if when they first met, Mullen's coming in like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. He basically talking down to him as soon as he met him. So I could see him being like, send you some evil tweets.
Yeah, like a tough guy.
So, Fife, see if you can find the first O'Brien's tweets.
All right,
Are you afraid that message was lost because of this?
Not at all. I mean, we had some great dialogue in there about issues that affect working people, about organizing, collective bargaining, unionizing America. And there was a lot of different opinions, a lot of different debate. And it was great until Mark Wayne Mullen, obviously, we're renting space in his head, decided to erupt. You know, we do have a lot of differences of opinions on both sides, but the one thing that's clear is that today's dialogue outside of what happened was fruitful, productive. And the one thing we've been doing as a Teamsters union, I do represent 1.3 million members, and I do it in the best interest of my members. We've been reaching across the aisle.
Mm-hmm. One of the first one I could find is, hey, John Wayne Mullen. First off, my name's O'Brien, not O'Malley. Secondly, you should get your facts straight because every time you speak in these hearings are full of shit. The more you run your mouth, the more you show the American public what a moron you are.
Oh, fuck no. You can't call me a moron.
See, but would you say that that's acting like a 12-year-old? I wouldn't go as that far. I mean, especially, I'm just saying.
You stuck on the 12-year-old part. You're insulting me.
Yeah, I agree. That's an insult. Yeah, you're well.
You see, I said dumb once and got crucified.
What would say that last tweet you just said? Like what he said. He said did he say you're a moron, or did he say you're acting like a moron?
I'll read this slowly. Hey, John Wayne Mullen. First off, my name's O'Brien, not O'Malley. Secondly, you should get your facts straight because every time you speak in these hearings, you're full of shit. The more you run your mouth, the more you show the American public what a moron you are.
Okay.
He didn't say you're acting. He's saying the more you talk, the more you're showing the public what
Even
a
if you
moron
say
you are.
acting, that's strong.
Well, I'm not disagreeing that that's an insult. I think that's very much an insult. And I would say that when you said it, when you said those tweets, that makes, I would say O'Brien insulted Mullen first. That's what I was looking for. I was looking for something that says, where I wouldn't necessarily say,
He assaulted him publicly first, if you believe what he just said now, because he said, dude, it sounded like Mullen was trying to emasculate him, like, yeah, I'm a fighter, so I know what's up. Like, it was like intimidating him a little bit.
Yeah, I would go with that, but I wouldn't say it was insulting. But yeah.
No, I'm talking about what he said about Mullen just now. They first interaction sounds like Mullen was trying to intimidate him.
Not only that, if you listen to what Fife said, Mullen called him O'Malley.
That's insulting. That's racist.
That's some shit. You
That's
came
racist.
up and called me O'Malley. My fucking nameplate is right in front of me. It's like, you can see what my name is.
That's kind of fucked
So
up.
you called me O'Malley knowing my name is O'Brien.
Yeah.
So his first, that tweet he just read, I would fucking insult somebody.
That's like
they came up and was like,
that's like calling me Tyrone.
Right,
Yeah,
like you
I
came
get
up and was like, "Hey, Tyrone," like it's like
that would be. Yeah, I would probably call you an
fucking
idiot.
Dare you? You're a stupid
call you
bitch,
an idiot.
and don't nobody believe what you saying. No way. Maybe you should get your facts straight before you talk in front of millions of people.
That would piss me off.
That seems like a reasonable response to me.
Yeah, that would piss me off. Yeah, that would. Piss me off.
Yeah, that's a good catch because I forgot about that. I did wanted to say something about that, but I
If
forgot
he
about
called me
that.
Tyrone, I would probably tweet him like, "You sound stupid." Like I always knew you was a fucking idiot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Look here, Tyrone. I'm used to fighting big people all the time. I can
I'll
fight.
be
I
ready
can
to
go
fight.
get physical when I want to.
And
Yeah.
especially, and then look at it from his point of view. Sure, you could take me probably in a physical fight, but I could fucking dismantle you. You know,
I got goons. He came with UPS and crazy eyes.
I don't have to play your game. I can just dismantle your ass systematically.
You came to the hearing with UPS and crazy eyes. Like, let's go.
They don't like each other. That's for sure. They don't like each
It's
other.
crazy because Mullen is also 4 inches taller than O'Brien.
What?
Yeah.
O'Brien ain't standing on a on a box in front of a podium.
Yeah.
He's comfortable with his height.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier about like he's doing. Now, granted, I agree. Like with the podium, that might not have been his idea, but I'm just saying the little man syndrome, and then that picture makes it seem like he's self-conscious about his height.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then also with him coming in, if O'Brien is correct in how Mullen's first interaction is, oh, I can get physical, I'm an MMA fighter, that also kind of leans back to like what he said, little man syndrome. A little man syndrome, they have to prove that they are one of the big dogs. So they have to be physical, they have to be intimidating, they have to be threatening.
I mean, that also goes into my stereotype of thinking you're an idiot too. Like all you do know how to do is you do physical shit, clunk, like you're a fucking idiot. You know? So yeah.
That's what I was saying about earlier about like going from one side to the other. The more information you have, like right now, I have no idea.
Well, care it is. That's why I said in the beginning I had to see, because I was the one who said you need to see the rest of the tweets. You know,
yeah.
Sabius did say that. I said that. You know what I mean? Like I need to see the first 5 tweets. I said that in the beginning. Politically, who more powerful?
Well, depends on what sphere you're in. The dude in the Senate has more overall power, but the Teamsters Union could make life hell, like for people too. And so it just depends on what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But if you believe what O'Brien said, their first interaction, Mullen was disrespectful, and sometime between then and the tweet that Fife just read, he also called him O'Malley instead of O'Brien. So I could see a reason for him to send those tweets. Like you keep fucking antagonizing me, so I'm gonna antagonize you publicly in front of all these people, and we'll see where it goes. But at the same time, I can see Mullen being like, "Oh, you want to go? Then let's go."
What you say, Mr. Fine?
I'm looking at some pictures here of Mark Wayne Mullen. This man's fucking shredded.
Oh shit!
And he's undefeated in MMA.
Yeah, the way he was sitting and how, like, you could tell he's like built under his clothes from the way he was sitting and carrying himself.
Now, to be fair, O'Brien did call him instead of Mark Wayne Mullen, his actual name. He did call him John Wayne Mullen, which is,
That's why he called him Cowboy.
Right.
Yeah.
So they be
So physically, we saying Mullen will whoop his ass. Physically,
oh, he would chew him up and spit him out.
Right, but the thing is, this is where I'm against the pod, because I'm like, it's kind of like Bernie Sanders said, like, you supposed to be here for the people, trying to fix the situation. You up here talking about physically fighting somebody else. Like, what does that have to do with all the poor people in whatever state? So,
I agree completely. I don't think that was the right place for it.
Yeah.
I'm just like assessing the information as it comes in, but I still think that wasn't the right place for it. But I mean,
he's also a champion bare knuckle brawler.
Probably, it probably sells well for both
it's
of them.
It's getting worse and worse.
Let's just say he was fucking UFC
champion,
heavy middleweight champion, undefeated. It's like, you ever see those?
He like the old boy from Snatched.
I was thinking anime.
Yeah.
I was thinking anime, like he made that's what say he's like Yujiro Hama in the flesh.
I think tweet-wise, both of these dudes honestly were acting immature, and more than likely, from what I'm gathering information-wise, Mullen might have sparked it with his "I don't mind getting physical" comment, but don't go out and be like, "Well, anytime, any place." Okay. For one, you're gonna get your ass whooped. You know it, you fat old bastard.
Mm-hmm. He looks older right here too.
I can agree with that. Yeah, I would say I can agree with that.
Nobody was talking about actually fighting until he said anytime, any place. If Cobra was like anytime, any place, I'm like, that's a fight, right?
His first statement was, "If you want to get physical, I can do it." That's threatening.
Yeah, but like you said, you realize that Mullen like you said, he's a MMA fighter and all this stuff.
And it wasn't directed to him. Me saying I kick ass is not me saying I'll kick Carrot's ass. He said he kicked ass, Mullen. He like, I don't mind. He didn't tell, he was telling him I don't mind getting physical in general.
That's not how it sounded to me. It sounded like, from the way O'Brien said it, it sounded like the first time O'Brien and Mullen met, Mullen came up to him and was like, I don't know what the conversation before that was, but for whatever reason, Mullen was like, "And I don't mind getting physical."
Okay.
It sounded like to me that
was not long. Let's finish.
That Mullen's statement was, "I don't mind getting physical," and period in general.
That's what it sounded like to me. But let's listen. It's not long.
And you're acting like a 12-year-old in a schoolyard because you didn't get your way. I mean, look, he actually has the ability, and he's 100 of the elite, to actually effectuate change in this country, and he's focused on being a bully. We're not going to stand for it, and we definitely were brought up differently.
Okay, but can I say, you're tweeting like a 12-year-old. I mean, your tweets were You're not a United States senator, okay? And I get that your tweeting is not the same thing as calling somebody out during a Senate hearing. But, you know where to find me any place, anytime, cowboy. You're making fun of him for not being the tallest senator. I mean, you represent 1.3 million workers. Do you really think that tweet, there's the tweet right there with your pink circling of the apple box he's standing on. Do you really think that that is best serving, best representing the members of the Teamsters Union?
His story is compelling but inaccurate. And in a hearing in March, he started the whole thing by coming into a hearing, looking at us and basically saying to me, I'm not afraid of physical confrontation. As a matter of fact, I welcome it. So that's what perpetuated the whole incident. Never knew the man in my life, never met him. I was testifying in my first Senate hearing, and that was his first introduction to me.
back that up. He said, looking at us, basically to me. No. He was saying that to us as a majority of people. He just added me in there.
A hearing in March, he started the whole thing by coming into a hearing, looking at us and basically saying to me, I'm not afraid of physical confrontation. As a matter of fact, I welcome it. So
I feel like what he's saying is, dude, open up and say, I'm not afraid of physical confrontation, and then looked at him and said, matter of fact, I welcome it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, it seems like it was a personal thing. Like he said it to him. Because if it was like just him talking to the hearing, I mean, it could go either way. You'll never know for sure. Because if I was like anybody in his shoes is going to try to make himself look better, so they're going to portray it in a way that makes them look good. So who really?
Let's hear him out. We ain't let him.
My life, never met him. I was testifying in my first Senate hearing, and that was his first introduction to me.
And you were at the hearing today, Bernie Sanders' hearing, which is about how unions improve the lives of workers. Are you afraid that message was lost because of this?
Not at all. I mean, we had some great dialogue in there about issues that affect working people, about organizing, collective bargaining, unionizing America. And there was a lot of different opinions, a lot of different debate. And it was great until Mark Wayne Mullen, obviously, we're renting space in his head, decided to erupt. We do have a lot of differences of opinions on both sides. But the one thing that's clear is that today's dialogue outside of what happened was fruitful, productive. And the one thing we've been doing as a Teamsters Union, I do represent 1.3 million members, and I do it in the best interest of my members. We've been reaching across the aisle to find common ground on issues that can help working people throughout America, and we're going to continue to do that. And unfortunately today, Mark chose to not act like a U.S. Senator, and he's going to have to pay the consequences for that.
What's the best thing the Teamsters is fighting for its union members right now? What's the thing you're proudest of right now that you're fighting for right now?
We are fighting corporate America. We are closing the gap between CEO greed and what our members are getting in their contracts. UPS is a prime example. We got a $30 billion contract.
Oh, that's why dude was there. Plot thickens. Now we know why the UPS man was there.
Highest contract ever at UPS, and we are starting to take back what we've invested. I mean, think about how important Teamsters were, essential workers providing goods and services during the pandemic.
All right, Sean O'Brien, good to see you.
Great, thank you.
I wouldn't want to mess with either you or Senator Mullen, to be quite honest. So.
I ain't gonna lie. Now that's facts right there. They seem like they both don't fuck around. Like Mark seemed like he could whoop some ass, and this dude seemed like you'd be next to Hoffa some fucking well. You know?
He like, you can fight, but I got goals. Like, who's gonna win ultimately?
I mean, Mark can say, "Hey, you got goons, but I can whoop your ass."
Well, no. Like they both have their arenas, like the place they're good at.
You don't understand. Jimmy Hoffa for the Teamsters was in the same position as Sean here, right? So it ain't like he's gonna put someone next to Hoffa, considering that Hoffa was doing stuff that the mob didn't like, and the mob's the one who got rid of Hoffa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like Sean got no power. If anything, the leader of the Teamsters is generally a puppet for the mob.
Yeah, it seemed like that.
The public face.
It seemed like
he's a face.
Yeah, it seemed like the other guy got more power than him as far as politics.
Oh,
correct.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's in the Senate, and this guy's not in the Senate. So,
well, that's what he said. He said he's one of the 100 people in the country that can actually affect change.
That's crazy.
He's on the Jedi Council.
Literally, ruled by Palpatine.
Okay, well, we covered that. That was fucking fun. Huh.
Well, do you guys have any strong opinions one way or the other about Union?
No. The new King Kong and Godzilla.
As you can see, based on the reading, it started going haywire, which tells us that a Titan is about to rise. Next up, we cut to an island which appears to have a hollow earth tunnel, and obviously this is Monarch that's cornered it off so no one gets sucked into the hollow earth. This could be an entrance that Monarch uses to actually travel to the Hollow Earth. Next up, we get a beautiful shot of the pyramids, which actually gives me heavy 2001 vibes. And then it cuts back to that seismometer, which is showing the earthquake going off. We see the ground shaking by the pyramids, but then something starts digging up. We see the lights from a Hollow Earth tunnel, and then a primate's hand reaches out, and what is that on it? It looks like it's an actual cast, or perhaps even power armor to give him an even more powerful punch. And obviously this monkey hand belongs to that of Kong. And if the leaks have anything to say about it, he's about to fight another giant monster. But I won't get into that because the trailer doesn't actually show it. But we do know something epic is going to happen in this scene. Next up, we cut to a beautiful shot of the Hollow Earth, which is giving me heavy Lord of the Rings vibes. I absolutely love this scenery. And in the foreground, you can see some leaf wings, which we also saw in Godzilla vs. Kong and Kong Skull Island. And in the background there, that little dot we can see is actually Kong, obviously on a mission for something. And behind him you can see he's being chased by a horde of wolf monsters. And I have reason to believe these are death jackals from the comic Birth of Kong. So it's nice to see some crossover there. Makes it feel like a real living universe. Next up, we get an amazing shot of Kong jumping over a cliff, and he just looks amazing. Like, I mean, his design is mostly the same as Godzilla vs. Kong, but he seems to have more hair on his shoulders, which kind of make him look like royalty. And his beard has obviously been made longer, which I think was a decision made by Adam Wingard, who now has a big Kong beard himself. And in this shot, we see something really interesting, and that's this vehicle thing. I can't tell if it's a kind of drone, but it looks to be powered by some kind of energy that, I mean, it doesn't look like anything I've seen before. If anything, this thing looks like something you'd find on Halo, like it looks like the Sentinels. I believe this may be a next evolution of the Heave, which we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong, which makes sense. It seems that every film is going vastly into the future in terms of technology. So this is just the next step following Godzilla vs. Kong, which I already thought had pretty advanced technology. I didn't know how they'd make it even more advanced, but here we are. The reason I think this is a manned vehicle and not a drone is because of this next shot where we see the doors opening to the middle of a jungle. And in the vehicle is Dr. Eileen Andrews with a new character which has reportedly been called Trapper, played by Dan Stevens. And I assume just off camera is Gia. And then we get this really eerie shot where Kong's in a really misty location, and Kong has his axe ready, which made me think he was about to have an encounter with the Scar King, the main antagonist of the film. But no, it actually is a young Kong, or at least a young primate that looks to have some relation to Kong's species. And just look at him, he's so cute! Kong's heart softens immediately. This Diddy Kong appears to be actually closely related to the Scar King that we saw from the title reveal a few months ago, because you can see he's obviously a lot more orange, and his face shape is a lot less gorilla-like and more orangutan-like. Next up, we get another really Lord of the Rings-like shot where we see our lead characters trekking through the jungle, and the scenery is just wild. It's very clear they actually shot this on location, which makes it all feel real. And next up, we get Dan Stevens, which I've heard is actually a really fun character in the film, and they talk about how this handprint wasn't left by Kong, but was in fact left by something bigger. I believe Legendary is actually stating that this handprint from Kong Skull Island is actually the Scar King, the antagonist of the film. And then we get Kong using his axe to fall down this chamber into what looks like a crystal cave. And this purple crystal will actually become relevant later on in the trailer. So remember that, purple crystals. And in this cave we actually see the skull of another Kong. In fact, there's several. This looks like the dungeon of where some gigantic titan lives, and it's been eating the Kongs. It could of course be another titan entirely, but what's more haunting to think about is what if the Scar King was a cannibal? and he's hungry for his next meal, which is obviously really scary. And then we get one of the most incredible shots in the trailer, and that it's this wide shot of what looks like somewhere that's similar to Kong's temple that we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong, except this is filled with other Kongs. I can't tell if this is a flashback or if this is something happening now in the film's timeline. I'm leaning more towards this happening now in the main story's timeline, mainly because of this next shot. There it is, the Scar King with his bright blue eyes, looking super menacing. It makes me think the Scar King is gonna hunt down these Kongs, which is gonna really piss off our Kong. Next up we have, and I'm gonna say this a lot, another really beautiful shot of the Hollow Earth. And in it, we see packs of what seems to be death jackals. And they seem to be chasing Kong, which means they could be the Scar King's attack dogs, so they can kind of defend his territory. Because it actually looks like the location he's going to is where he finds the young Kong, which obviously I think is related to the Scar King. So this could be like Kong on the rescue kind of thing. Now this next shot is insane, because it looks like something you'd see in Godzilla vs. Megalon. We seem to stumble across a civilization of Hollow Earth Iwis, which I actually theorized about probably like 2 years ago, and eventually come across a vast civilization related to the Iwi tribe from Skull Island. But these people have a much more vast and developed city built from thousands of years of inhabitants in the Hollow Earth. And these are a lot more advanced than the ones we saw on Skull Island. They look to have kind of Aztec architecture mixed with Egyptian, since they all look like pyramids, and in the back we see them utilizing some kind of Hollow Earth energy. So this is just incredible. It kind of blows my mind that this is the same universe as Godzilla 2014, but at this point I've just gone, oh, I'm ready, it's a roller coaster, just do what you want, and my god, are they doing what they want, because this is insane. And here we see Bernie back from Godzilla vs. Kong, and in the background is Dan Stevens' character. It seems like they've...
This shit looking pretty good. What y'all think?
I heard it was actually pretty good, actually. Yeah. Because they said, like, this was, like, actually going to be the biggest movie of the year. Because all the, you know, the Marvels movies and stuff been, like, trash. And they said the Marvels was going to be trash. So they're actually riding a lot on this movie. So.
Yeah, it looked pretty good.
Kind of recruited each other to go on this mission, and in the background we see the Iwis have actually got weapons, so I don't think they're meant to be there. It seems like they've snuck in without Monarch's permission. That would be a very Bernie thing to do. And I don't even know what to make of this. It looks like a staircase, similar to what we actually saw in Godzilla King of the Monsters, where Serizawa climbed that humongous staircase towards Godzilla, where he was resting to kind of replenish his radiation. So at the top, they could be assisting Godzilla. Next up, we get a shot of where I think is Italy, where some kind of crustacean leg stomps on a civilian, and everyone else kind of panics and runs away, which is great. One of the characters says Kong can't stop this on his own, obviously implying that the Scar King is planning to destroy the planet, or at least take over the surface, and that the Scar King is simply too powerful to be taken alone. Chances are that cyborg arm we see Kong wearing, he got after he broke his arm in a fight against the Scar King. And then we see Geo reaching into this energy source, and something's happening with it, which could just be a reaction from whatever radiation this is, but it could be implying something more. We'll have to wait and see to find out what that is. And then we cut to some kind of Arctic location, and Eileen Andrews says he won't be alone. And the camera zooms in, and we get a look at Godzilla, hibernating in some crystal cave, and underneath him we see the same purple energy that we saw in that earlier shot. So clearly this is kind of like a source of radiation, which gives me Energon vibes from Beast Wars, which I'm not against. And it's already been confirmed that Godzilla is using this radiation to evolve, to become even more powerful, to go against the Hollow Earth Titans that threaten the surface. And then Godzilla starts waking up. Instead of the classic blue energy which we're used to, now it's this kind of magenta, which I've got to say looks really nice. It makes sense since it's all over the promotional material. We see him crashing out of the glacier, which reminds me of King Kong vs. Godzilla, so that's a nice reference. And then he roars into the sky. And clearly Monarch anticipated this because there's helicopters circling him. Now I will say the CGI in this shot is atrocious. It's not very good. Like, it looks like something someone made on SFM, but it is still unfinished, so I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt for now. And if there's any reason that the CGI isn't great, it's probably because we're going to get more monster action in this film than any other MonsterVerse film. So it seems like they're trying to sacrifice some of the effects to get more monsters out there, which, you know what, I'm not against. Godzilla -1 didn't have the best effects, but my god did it utilize it well. And Godzilla's design here is... I really like it, guys. I mean, I've seen some toys, and the toys look awful. They don't look very good. But the spines, the head, the fact he's more spiky, kind of like Millennium Godzilla, it looks amazing. I really like it.
I was about to say, he don't look all that bad to me.
I didn't think so either. I was like, I don't know what's so bad about the CGI, but I'm not going to say anything.
Actually gonna say, I almost like it more than the King of the Monsters design. Jared Krzyzewski did an amazing job here. And then we get some more shots of the Scar King, and then, oh my god, look how good he is. He looks a lot like Cobra from that rebooted Planet of the Apes film, which I really like. That's exactly the kind of vibe I wanted for this character. And on his shoulder we see what looks to be a bone weapon. And I think this is actually going to be the rumored whip. So we're going to have to wait and see how that actually works against Godzilla. I don't know how a bone whip's going to hurt him, but I guess we'll see. And then we get a continuation of that one shot from earlier where we see all the Kongs stood around. And then the Scar King jumps down and we get our first good look at his face. And look at him. He's bald! But seriously, I really like the way he looks. He's really different. This is going to be unlike any enemy Titan we've had in a Godzilla film. He's going to be smarter, more ruthless, and more evil than any other Titan, the King of the Monsters.
Yeah, I was going to say, when he said bald, I was thinking Carradus. And then when he's smarter and more evil, yeah, I'm really going with Carradus.
He's a stud again.
It's Carradus, then. Aha, that should be your name from now on. The Scar King.
The Scar King, yep.
So I really can't wait to see what he does. This shot transitions to another shot of him roaring at...
He's the king of bones. Lord of bones. Got a bone whip.
I think is Brazil. This looks to be the same shot that we saw filming a few years back where people started running away from the ocean. Now this was shot in Australia as a stand-in for Brazil. So does this mean the final fight between the Scar King, Godzilla, and Kong is gonna be in Brazil? They actually released a new poster for Godzilla Kong, which actually shows our Titans teaming up, and where are they? In Brazil. So maybe this is where the actual film's going to conclude. And then we get a great shot of Godzilla learning how to use his new atomic breath. We see his cells kind of still mutating. There's kind of like a biological factor here. So he's kind of getting used to his new body and new powers, which is going to be way more powerful than his previous atomic breath, which I don't know how he's going to beat. He already shot to the Earth's core. So this is going to be incredible to watch. He looks back like, oh yeah. So I really like how they're giving personality to Godzilla without going overboard. It still feels really in character for him. And then we cut to a close shot of Kong with his big old beard. I just want to scratch it. And then Godzilla blasting his atomic breath, and it looks super powerful. And then the money shot, Godzilla climbing out of the ground and Kong falling from the ceiling, and then they run together, roaring straight at whatever enemy stands before them. Now I feel like this isn't going to be the Scar King, mainly because this doesn't look like his hideaway. These crystals don't really match his vibe. In the title reveal, we see he has more of a volcanic throne room, but he could have joined another monster for this fight. It has to be something big considering they're both teaming up to take it down. I'm not really a huge fan on how fast the monsters run here. They don't really feel heavy or massive. They just kind of feel like CGI creatures. But this is the Hollow Earth, so who knows how physics is affected here? Like the gravity could be lower, or the air resistance could be lower, or whatever excuse they can give to make them run faster. Either way, they look really angry. And also, just look how big Godzilla's arms here. This guy's gonna start punching, just mark my words. And then the title card, Godzilla Kong, The New Empire. But before it's over, we get a last shot of Diddy Kong, which I'm sure has a name, but we'll figure that out later. And then Bernie says, is that a mini Kong? As they look up at him, doing that little chest bump that Kong does, which is really cute. Clearly Kong's been teaching him a thing or two. So that was the trailer breakdown. Wow, this trailer, guys, it's so overwhelming. I didn't think they could make the MonsterVerse more crazy, but they've gone and done it. This looks next level. Now, there's obviously a lot of unanswered questions with this trailer, like where did this baby Kong come from? And what is Gia's purpose with this Hollow Earth civilization?
Yeah, I thought the baby was the Scar King. But what do you guys think about this?
I don't know,
What's that,
man.
Charles?
I've never been a Kong fan. I've always been a Godzilla fan, though. So I'll probably see it just because it's Godzilla.
I never liked either of them really. So
I mean,
there was only one Godzilla movie I enjoyed, and that was Godzilla 2000.
yeah, but you got to think about it. You watch English dub and you like Ghost Rider, so.
I watched some too. I don't know what kind of.
You watch any dub, you're a dub watcher. Nah.
you watch dub, it's a dub. Like,
if you watch dub by choice, no, but I like a good monster mashup movie. Like giant monsters fighting. It's all good for me.
That looked like it was gonna be good. That trailer was pretty good.
Yeah. I like the breakdown of it too, like showing you all the details you probably would have missed.
I don't get high hopes on these movies. Is my thing.
Well,
If
you gotta
Jack
go
Black's
in knowing
not
what
in
you're
it.
gonna get. Jack Black's not in it.
If it was a Naruto movie, you'd be having high hopes.
No. Anime movies till live action do not turn out well. And I don't care how many people like the One Piece one; it's still trash.
I don't think it's that bad. I haven't finished it, but I've watched like the few episodes.
It's a One Piece live action?
Yeah, on Netflix.
You know they bringing Yu Hakusho on Netflix is coming out. I think they said next week or in 2 weeks or something.
I'll watch
Yu
it, but I
Hakusho.
don't have high hopes.
Great.
I watch a lot of garbage on Netflix, so this will just be another another garbage thing that I watch.
I only use Netflix for documentaries, really.
You got some pretty good documentaries. They slipping on the shows though, man. They had
some good stuff.
A couple of years ago, they had some good shit.
They got this show I just started watching, Fall of the House of Usher. That seems cool so far, but I'm not that far into it. I'm only on like the 3rd episode.
I just started watching Yellowstone, so that's what I've been watching.
I know a lot of people that like Yellowstone.
I'm going to get into it. I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, I know a lot of people that like Yellowstone.
And then I heard they did like a prequel, and I heard that's good too.
They have a bunch of little spinoffs, it looks like.
Well, shit. That's going to be it, man, until next week.
Yeah.
Ready to call it?
Yeah, it's 11. After 11.